Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fifth edition of Ghostlop for this year's spooky month bracket. Today, I am joined on the microphone by the illustrious Rats
Hello, everyone.
and also probably KS, who is currently eating some delicious pasta. So, we've got a spicy bracket or spooky bracket lined up for you all today as we get into some ghost lobbing action. This is always one of my favorite games of the year.
Hell yeah. Yeah, this game is pretty unusual if you haven't played it. It's like Ikaruga Breakout. You have orange and blue ghosts. You're going to be swapping between the two colors in order to drop them. And based on the amount that you drop, you get more points and you send more damage. And if you don't kill your opponent, then at the end of the 99 seconds, the player with the higher score wins. So this game really forces you to take some pretty deep greeds in order to play. And when your opponent is greeding deep, even if their pressure does not kill you, like it puts them ahead on score.
Yeah.
So like the core interaction is like not necessarily like am I watching my opponent's board, but keeping in mind what risks they're taking and knowing that I might have to exceed whatever risk they're doing.
Yeah,
And
there's a very, very fine line between greed and genius in this game.
yeah. All right, looks like Afrolord and Nightshine are in match.
Right? I'm in. Cool.
Alrighty, we're electricking away our board, which yields no points because it kills the ghosts rather than drops them. Nightshine sending over the two lines, and you see it immediately gets accepted the next time that you drop the ball or catch it. But I think there's a cap on how much damage you can accept at once.
Yeah,
I want to say
I
it's
think
like
there's like
5
an
lines.
8-line limit.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, so Afrolord is in a bit of a sticky situation here.
Yeah, the centerboard fork, you really don't want to see that happen. Because even if you clear one group, you're unlikely to clear the other group, and then you just die, right?
Yeah.
Um, Afrolord finding the first attack. We're sending over one, but Nightshine ready to offset and send one back. You see the little sign in the middle of the playfield when players they send their damage on the sign, and your outgoing damage subtracts from any damage that's already in the queue. So you can offset just like Puyo.
Oh, you can offset. I did not.
It's actually nice. We have an orange we have an electrics coming out for Afrolord. So Afrolord could scheme on this. Oh, a little early.
It also hits it with the wrong color.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Well,
Well,
it does get a 2 rush though.
If Afrolord took the extra row, got the blues, and then popped the electric on blue, that would have been huge.
Yeah, the fact that this game displays the aptly named Ghost Row offers you lots of ability to plan ahead. All right, so Nightshine taking game 1.
No, Deca, we settled on this. It's the material row.
The material row. Yeah.
It's the only row that's not ghosts. Also, hello. My pasta was not very spicy.
It was not a flavorful pasta.
I mean, you do what you can with what you have.
Fair enough.
Nightshine sending over the lines. Afrolord looking a little under pressure here. Has to make a pretty great shot here. Either clips this orange group. Yep. We're taking the conservative line, which is great for living, but not so great in getting ahead on score.
Well, there we go. There's a nice 3-line attack, though. And if they can snake a shot up around the side here.
Now, Nightshine is not that far ahead in score. If Afrolord's able to drop the screen like once,
Yeah, this
you could easily come back from
one
this.
moderately sized attack away from being even.
Quota is extremely real. It's basically the it's basically the way games end at high level.
Yeah, I think basically all of the games in winners, semis, and up are probably going to be either people making mistake and dying or losing to score.
Yeah.
Oh, Nightshine!
And see,
they can just wait.
This is where you just sit here and wait. You are not forced to throw the ball until 10 seconds run out, but if the timer is less than 10 seconds, who cares?
Yeah.
Okay, Nightshine building an early lead, and much like our previous games.
Yeah, so for what I'm noticing, Afrolord's playstyle is pretty conservative. They're throwing the ball at quite a horizontal angle, which is good for keeping them alive. It's not so good for scoring well.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely like a playstyle that if you've played a lot of Breakout, like that's actually a good way to play generally. But it's not going to work out in this game because you don't actually want to kill ghosts. You want to drop them. And so you'd really prefer to leave a lot of them alive.
Ooh, a nice mid-flight transition there from Afrolord.
There are a couple patterns throughout this game where you'll see people like change colors in mid-flight a bunch of times. I always think those are so cool. This is so good.
That's the real like skill expression moment in this game. Is going for like the really nasty, really clean, quick swap shots that like hitting an electric orb with orange when it's completely surrounded by blue orbs, or like cutting through multiple colors to get a clean line through a pattern. Really offers you some opportunity to make the game as hard as you want to, really.
See, they're cool unless you're watching the AI do it, and then you just go, the AI is obviously cheating.
Yeah. Many such cases in arcade games.
Didn't actually drop anything. Like, it did not score anything. But that's 3 lines, that'll help. Like, this board right now that Afrolord has is prime for scoring if you want to greed for it, but most of it's just been whittled away by this point. Like, the single ghost holding up everything is just a target that's ripe to be hit for a ton of score, but cleared it all out instead and didn't really get a whole lot for it, except being buried in skulls. Oh, this might work out well, though. If the ball stays up there. I don't know if he gets it back up there. Aw.
And all this incoming damage from Nightshine
doing, I think that was a 6-line drop. That's pretty much just going to seal the game.
Yeah, you could just take your ball and go home at this point, right? You just literally run against the wall.
Nightshine could just walk against the wall.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to make up 1,300 points in 10 seconds, so...
I mean, it depends entirely on the layouts that you're given, but that layout was not going to help.
We also haven't seen any direct greeting. Later in the bracket, you are going to see players dribble the ball like repeatedly in order to get some pretty ridiculous scores. Right now, we're just kind of chilling. Nightshine's doing a good job of finding drops here and there.
Afrolord with an opportunity to go for a fun little swap there, but opts just hit the electric with the color that it was surrounded by.
Everything's being held up by a single bomb ghost, though. That would be really aw. Well, it's been cut in half now.
Oop, bees.
That's kind of unfortunate that Aphro just got nothing out of that entire board. And Nightshine is just off to the races again.
Yeah, Nightshine really mounting some pressure here.
Oh, unfortunately, those skulls are going to cause too much of a problem to let the ball just go through that easily. But on the second try, Nightshine
Second
gets it
pass
for
makes
4
it through.
lines.
All right, I was gonna say this is a pretty good pattern for Afrolord to get a nice drop because it's connected in so few spots.
Oh,
Ooh.
Nightshine backed themselves into a corner there with having 2 spires on both sides.
Yeah, so this is a great pattern to greed with.
Unfortunately, quota is fake if you die first.
Yeah, very
True.
real. Score only matters if you don't die. Same, just like magical drop.
You can be at quota 1 and your opponent at quota 50, but it doesn't matter if you top out first.
Yep.
But again, just in general, Nightshine is being slightly more adventurous, and it's paying off dividends with how many skulls are being added to Aphrodite's board and Nightshine's general score advantage.
And Afrolord's just not having a great time converting those skulls into like big return attacks.
Oh, but this is actually kind of problematic for Night. Okay, the skulls were threatening to be a problem, but they gave in. They played nice.
Big 5-line attack. Oh no! Hits the electric orb.
Yeah, the electric orb didn't drop anything. It's unfortunate.
No action from the electrical orb.
And you
I
hate
feel like
to see it.
electrics are like my best friend and my worst enemy at the same time.
They definitely are. You
It
love to
has-
see the little pause for the electric and just nothing.
Yeah.
It really reminds me of Macker's pattern in Money Exchanger when you throw the ER on, I think it's ones in particular, and nothing matches. And you're just like, I expected this to help my board, and nothing changed. I'm still dying.
Like, this board isn't actually all that scary for Afrolord because it's
It's
all
so
blue, but
yeah. Unfortunately, the way Afrolord is taking it is not doing him any favors score-wise.
yeah, the bomb row at the top is tantalizing. Oh, wow, nice 3 rush
Let's
out of
go.
that. That's actually going to put Afrolord in the lead.
That was a huge score boost.
And Nightshine has gotten himself into a pickle again.
Oh yeah, this is gonna require... Aiming generally isn't too hard in this game unless you run
when you're at the
into
bottom,
the
yeah.
case where you actually can't see anything because your whole board is full, and then it becomes really difficult all of a sudden.
Nightshine was trying to throw it into the tiny little hole, the tiny little diagonal hole, but that's already hard enough even when you have that line.
Yeah, even when you can see. The ball is bigger than it would seem.
Those ghosts are tricky. They get in the way. I mean, they laugh at you too. You lose and they just bust out laughing.
So, if I remember correctly, skulls are worth 2 points when they're undamaged. Are bombs or electric orbs worth extra, or are they still just worth 1?
So the skulls count for 2 ghosts when you drop them when they're undamaged.
Yeah, if you drop them when they're undamaged. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I think the bombs and the electric still just count for 1 each when you drop them. So they're nothing special, but sometimes you do want to work around them and not drop them. Just depends on how the board is laid out. And again, Nightshine is pulling out to a score advantage again from the slightly more riskier play. But this one's not a fun one.
Oh yeah, this is a
The
lot of little solo floaters stuck in a honeycomb pattern.
yeah, the little hexagon is not a
Ooh.
fun pattern to get. Oh, and Afrolord is gonna take it to the bottom. You can't do that. So Nightshine's on match point.
Everlord's finding some pressure though, sending over the 2 lines, and I don't know how well Nightshine knows how to break through some of the damage patterns. But he
Well
is
enough to get
targeting
3
the back
lines
of the
out of that.
board, so yeah. But does he know?
Oh, that's very intentional greeting. Yeah, he knows this is going to drop a lot if he throws it on blue.
7
Yeah, that's 7
lines.
lines. And immediately out in the score lead. And one missed throw from
that's
Everlord is
lethal.
going to end it.
Yeah, the swing for lethal with the 7 line send. The damage cap is 8, right? You can only receive 8 at once.
You can receive up to 5 lines at once. The rest gets stored in your queue.
Okay.
Like, you will continue to take more, but
yeah,
you can
okay.
only receive 5 at a time.
Okay. 5 lines.
So a cool thing
Also-
is that like you're still able to offset lines that are left over. So like it's a little more, you can actually do something about it sometimes, which is kind of nice. So you don't eat the whole 8. I think if you get a max thing, you might also get an electric with your garbage, which is fun too.
All right. So who is up next? I think it's going to be what, Rixer and Bird Up? Does that sound right?
Yeah, Alex has just called that game.
Nice. Rixer, a long-standing member of Puzzle Wednesday. They are a regular in many different games, if I recall correctly. Bird Up, a bit more of a specialist, typically around for our uppy downies, and is notable for being like the main TO of the online tournament scene for Magical Drop 3. But this is one of the games they dabble with. The other uncharacteristic non-uppy downy game being Pequeña.
Alright, you two take care over there. I have a game to
Right.
play.
Good luck, KS.
I gotta play Bird Up and Pequeña. I had no idea. That's wild. Wow, what a great start from Bird Up.
Yeah, we're gonna see some aggressive plays from Bird Up here.
Yeah.
Bird Up is... Oh, the ball's stuck.
This can happen. It's so rough. You have to decide on choosing a different color, but like when you do it matters. It's so funny. Rixor, a little unfamiliar with the controls. This game will kill you. Like, this game does not give a shit about your feelings. Like, it is just so brutal.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, it's a 2-button game. If you press A, you'll get the orange ball. If you press B, you'll get the blue ball. And I think if you press the same button again, it'll swap for you anyway, which is nice. Or rushing through the bombs.
Oh, if you press the same button twice, it switches?
I'm pretty sure it will.
Interesting. I've never tried that, so I don't know.
It's not really like good. It's probably likely to confuse you anyway, so I wouldn't recommend it.
So Ricks are actually taking the lead here, but unfortunately they've given themselves a split that they were unable to clear. So one thing you do have to keep in mind when you're playing this game is while the ball will freely go through most things, it bounces off of bombs. So
True. Yes. I hate bombs. Bombs are the enemy. If they're not lined up in a little row, get them the hell away from me. I hate them. They just ruin your day. Cause your ball to go everywhere. And then if they're like in a checkerboard pattern, you can't even break through the pattern. All right, we have an electric on deck. We're going to drop the whole board for the most part. Rixor with a slight lead. But it
Bird
could
up with a
go
nice
either
little
way
action
here.
switch there.
Oh,
Oop.
Bird Up is going straight down the pattern, which I do not advise.
Yeah, it did not turn out very well.
So generally speaking, like you want to avoid making a cup shape like that because when you do that, you basically are creating like your own 7-10 split. Like I don't know how much you know about bowling, but you want to avoid that shape because if you clear one side, the other side kills you.
Yeah.
Then
And
you'll
it's
be
very
sad.
hard to get both because the ball bounces in very unpredictable ways, especially if both the spires have like alternating colors. You're just like setting yourself up for a bad time. And now Bird Up has done a bit of a greed here. Okay.
Wow, it works out. I
Yeah.
was shocked. I thought he was about to have an extremely bad time.
Okay, so Bird Up has found a solid line of bombs, but unfortunately, he already spent most of the board. Ricks are only going to get 4 lines out of it, though, so the trade does go in Bird Up's favor, though.
Now Bird Up has accepted a bunch of garbage. If you are greeting... Oh god, we have to hit this electric. Okay, cool. Rixor dribbling the ball off the ground in order to greed. You can do that. You can also, if you want more control, you can just catch it, and you'll accept a line every time you throw the ball and catch it. That way, you know where the ball is going to be, right?
Yeah, you can get some. If you're really spicy, you can dribble the ball and then catch it to get 2 lines real quick back to back. If you're really trying to greed as fast as possible, that's the way you're gonna want to do it. But you also run the risk of like missing the ball completely and then having to wait for it to come back. So,
Okay, there we go. I'm like, what's going on here? All right, Rixor greeting. We're gonna get a big.
Also greeting a little bit.
Oh, Rixor has gobbled up this drop for the most part. So Bird Up with the early lead. Doing a little bit of swapping on the greeds. That way we get a little bit more. Oh, oh my god. Okay, we're fine.
Bird Up racking up a healthy point lead here.
Yes, the first level of Ghostlop is literally a pet cemetery. That is actually true. Your first ghost is actually like a dog.
Uh-oh, Bird Up getting a little close. Okay, he's gonna cut it early. Not greed the whole way up the board.
Rixor with the rush. Bird Up feeling the pressure here. All these skulls making it pretty difficult to drop this pattern. Oh my god, he got so lucky. Those skulls, sometimes they just say no. You'll throw it and it'll be like, all right, here's your ball back. You know?
Ooh, Rixor has reached a full line of bombs. So that means, I was gonna say something spicy's on the way for Bird Up, but unfortunately, he's cleared most of his board. He does get a nice 2-rush out of it, though. If I remember correctly, the way scoring on a 2-rush works, it doubles the, it counts as its own thing, and then it doubles the previous one as well. So if you get like a 2-line and into a rush, you get a 2-line, whatever the rush was, and then 2 free lines.
Sure.
All right, so Bird Up is going to take it 3-0, and he will move on.
I actually think that You shouldn't be too hard on yourself, Rickster. I find this game, if you haven't played it too much or you have not warmed up, it can be quite difficult. Sometimes when it shows up in mystery, I actually will like eat shit and die on my first 2 rounds because I'm just like, what is happening? And my opponent like did nothing, and I killed myself on my own greed. Like, probably shouldn't play like this.
But I'm saying it's because they let him be the Italian guy, so
Oh, I see.
he gotta power up. All right, it's gonna be me and Note.
The streamer versus TO.
Yep.
Very funny.
The staff team kill. I may be a little out of practice in this game, but I have been playing some Puzzle Bobble lately, so hopefully it will work out. A little bit of cross pollination in terms of skill sets there.
Alrighty, I'm a little behind stream, which is kind of funny. Because I'm commentating from stream. Alrighty, we're starting off with a pretty standard greed, but it's a... Ooh.
Did we just immediately crash?
I'm going to try spectating again. Well.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to re-challenge.
Alrighty.
My fight
good
money.
Your elo.
My elo.
That was probably the best time for that to happen. So.
Yeah, this game is very interesting. Pop up 3-2, 3-1. Okay, let's not break this time. A much worse pattern for immediate grade.
Yeah, definitely. There's no obvious way to drop it, and then it ends in this checkerboard of bombs, which is super annoying. Note, leaving this little stuff of orange in the front, which is going to be kind of difficult. Oh, he wants to get this blue in the way back? There's no way. Okay, oh, let's go. Huh? This is actually pretty typical. Alright, Note greeding again. But no drop. Meanwhile, Deca desperately needs this. Okay, able to offset it and send one line back. Deca with a surprising amount of score lead. But now needs to make another annoying shot here. Oh, nice! Up into the electric, but that actually did not count for as many points as you would think. The lead has shrunk significantly. Deca clearing out some blues. No, he's trying to hot swap in order to avoid dropping stuff or eating up stuff that he doesn't want to clear.
That bounced. That did bounce how I thought it would.
Note, taking our first game. We're doing a little bit of greeting. Okay. Oh, Note's shape is like not really that conducive to like attacking right here. He's gonna actually drop only a portion of his greed. But Deca, wow, what a score lead. Can probably just chill out. Certainly looks like that's how he wants to play this.
Oh no. Crashed again. This has never happened before.
Vicade was behaving a little bit odd for me.
Yeah, Fight Cave was acting up a little bit in my game too.
Did you have a crash, or did you just have a lot of bees?
Just a lot of bees,
Yeah.
but not a full-on hang. Also, that's
Yeah.
weird too that the game's hung, but you can still chat.
Yeah, it's like the arcade game itself broke, not the connection or anything. That's
I don't know if the chat is supplied by a different service than syncing the game.
From what I was aware, they were like part of the same server, like part of the same connection you to your opponent. So that is very strange.
man, I had such a nice greed that time.
Alrighty. No, Deca now on the right, splitting the board in half. Deca, Note is up a game.
Yeah, Note is up a game.
Okay. Wow, Deca making a clear. I did not think was going to happen. And no. That's so unfortunate. We're off to our second round of this match. Deca looking to greed
Oh
off
my
these
God.
oranges.
Oh wait, it didn't completely die.
No way. Incredible. Okay, we're dropping a little bit of stuff. But we would love to get a little bit deeper into this pattern. Deca cutting through the blues, then the oranges, sending over the 4 lines. Meanwhile, Note looking in trouble.
Note briefly looked for those oranges to be greedy, and then decided to go for a swap shot that requires a swap instead, but it didn't happen.
Cool.
How convenient the bees show up after a game. Note is greeting very heavily.
Okay, Deca finding the hot swap. That's pretty good. I don't know if there's probably like cutting through the pattern might get you a bigger drop, but it's also might not be as consistent. Or if your opponent has already sent garbage, it might be a little bit dicey to go for. Either way, Deca building a 500-point lead. Looking to get a little bit more pressure, but kind of struggling with this pattern.
Note
Nope.
eyes the bomb row that has appeared, and that's a pretty easy shot for 6 lines.
This electric does save Deca's life. But Note has now taken the lead. New bomb line for Deca, but he doesn't greed the extra line.
Yes,
Bombs
Arc Blitz. You can switch the color of the ball at any time, even after you throw it. It's the same. You press the same button as you would to throw that ball, and it will switch the color in midair. This game is very close in score now. Suddenly,
Yeah.
it's almost not very close in terms of Deca being dead.
Yeah, Deca has to find an attack here, and it has to be good. Oh, is he gonna try?
Oh, he found something out of it, all
God,
right.
no way!
Oh wow, that was like
No
1
way.
second to go too.
Deca's cooking something. I don't know what it is. I guess offsetting.
Yeah, so far not a lot happening. Well, okay, nope. Deca has decided it's time to send 7 lines, and 7 lines we will send.
Normal. A normal amount of damage to send. We're stuck the ball. It figures itself out. I actually am shocked that it was able to do that.
Sometimes the ball can kind of get itself unstuck.
Alright, bombs for Deca. But not able to get damage off the right side drop. Note not able to get any damage off of the follow-up bombs, which is kind of unfortunate. Because Deca, like, Note needs to find a way to slow Deca down at this point.
Yeah,
with
Deca
this, like,
is...
a 1,400 point lead with less than 30 seconds on the clock. It's not It's not impossible, but it is pretty rough. Deca needs to not die.
Yeah, Deca does need to stay alive for that lead to mean anything. Thankfully, dropping Deca's entire left side of the board will help with that quite a bit. But yeah, staring down a 1,500 point lead 30 seconds to go, it's not impossible. It's not a situation you want to be in.
True.
And Note's attempts to catch up, unfortunately, ending with the ghost touching the bottom. So would we call that a ghost flop?
No. Ghost Flop is definitely what I would call Magical Drop 5, but,
Oh, yeah.
you know...
Unfortunately, these bombs have showed up at a very inopportune time for Deca. They are showing up in a much better place for Note if Note can survive to get them. Okay, well.
Taking it
them
as a
part
rush
of a
is pretty
rush
good.
is also helpful. It's going to give Note a significant score advantage for right now.
Deca's greeting on these oranges. Oh,
That's
okay.
not what
no.
I thought was gonna happen. I pressed the
Yeah.
wrong color. Whoops.
Oh, we're greeting. We're able to hot swap to
And-
get a better drop, which is pretty cool.
I think Note was eyeing the greed to slot the ball into the line of blues and then decided better of it at the last second.
Deca needs to live.
Yeah,
Ah, shoot.
Ah!
that would have caught Deca up had he gotten it, but unfortunately, no. That's just going to be a game to Note, or a round to Note.
You know,
It
Deca's
might
in
quickly
trouble.
become a game if Deca does not get out of this, but he does.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting start. On that screen, I feel like you can just destroy one side of the bombs as if you were greeting, because you're going to be accepting lines anyway. It just makes your follow-up shots easier.
Speaking of accepting lines, here's
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
8 lines incoming, and Deca is going nowhere with them at all.
Yeah. I'm getting my blues and oranges mixed up.
Okay, neck and neck in terms of damage, but Note feels a little bit ahead in the pattern. Deca finding a better attack, sending over the single line of skulls. But I don't think that's going to be super material.
I believe Deca is slightly ahead of the pattern right now, and Note is being shoved very far behind by all this garbage.
Yeah, losing that exchange really hurt Note, I feel like. Okay.
I don't know. Deca's kind of put himself into a situation here.
Yeah, these bombs are actually really rough.
These bombs are not your friend.
Oh my god, he lives. No, wait, no. Okay. Does he see? Oh, he does. Thank God. I'm like about to lose it. Oh, brother. I was so scared.
All right. We've escaped. Okay, I can words. Trust me.
400 point lead
We
though.
have escaped the danger zone, and Deca is not too far behind. Oh, now Deca's ahead. By the time it actually left my mouth, Deca did an 8-line drop, and suddenly, it's all gone.
Okay.
Those bombs are those bombs would absolutely give Note the lead in the last second if Note had been able to scroll them on the screen fast enough, but the timer was so low at that point.
Well, my understanding is that the skulls aren't worth any points, right?
So they're worth 2 points when you drop them specifically. When you
Mhm.
just hit them the first time to crack them, they don't give you any points.
I see.
And then they give 1 when you actually, like, go through the... Oh, Deca, what happened? I wasn't even looking, and then suddenly the round's over.
The angle just didn't behave how I thought it would.
You know, normal. Both players kind of taking a sizable chunk out of their board without getting a whole lot to show out of it.
5 lines feels pretty okay.
It's okay, but the
Um,
way that board was oriented, it could have been so much more.
Oh, Note. Note choosing to
Oh.
live, but at what cost?
Yeah, the cost is being 800 points behind, 10 seconds in.
And also, this board, it's so hard for Note to get out here. Okay, this bomb might help.
Yeah, the bomb is going to help a bit, but it's still pretty nasty.
Yeah, that electric is so far away.
Oh, now it's not. Now it's right
No, Note. Stop. Oh, whatever.
there. But what if? What if?
Oh, Deca's in peril. Deca has accepted a bunch of garbage. Okay, sitting over the 2 lines, offsetting 2 of 3. We have an electric. Okay.
Yeah, but he has to hit this very specifically to...
Damn it!
No, he's got it. He's
Yeah,
got it.
he doesn't have it.
God.
That's so
sucks.
frustrating. I should have just stayed in the same spot. I should have moved.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Oh, we're
Those
gonna-
shots where you're trying to hit an electric ghost that's like covered on all but one little side, those are harder than it looks.
Hmm.
I wish there was a button to move you instead of just holding sideways.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
feel
easier.
you.
It's easier to move around when you can see the aiming lines because then you know when you're going to start moving. But
Yeah, I was
otherwise,
I was just tapping until I moved, and I just went way too far.
you just kind of have to know where the point you start moving is, and that's not easy.
Hmm. Yeah, it would be cool if there was a button to just charge DAS for you. Because that's basically what's going on. It has more or less the same texture. Alrighty. Our hardworking TOs. Just Alex. A Note tonight. Thank you for your hard work. Should have some matches coming up soon. Remaining in winners, we have me versus Digi, and Ardrox versus Bird Up. And
Speaking
Got
of
some
you
folks
versus
chilling in-
Digi, I think
Yeah.
you're up.
I may get bodied here. That's a good question.
I don't know. You can hold your own, but Digi just knows
I'm-
everything.
I'm washed up. I haven't played this game. Like,
Sure,
I don't
I'll
know.
believe it when I see it.
yeah. I'm gonna mute.
Yeah, Digi is just the general Puzzle Wednesday good at everything.
Yep, they're turns out if you just consistently enter every bracket, you just get better. That puzzle IQ, as we like to call it, will just continue to go up.
Are you struggling to connect to spectate?
It's connecting, I think.
Okay.
I got
Hell
us-
yeah.
I have a screen. There we go. Yeah, I'm in. Okay.
There we go, I see it now. Alright, Rat's immediately throwing out the 4-line haymaker right at the start. That sounds about right.
Boom, it's gonna get another nice one too. 5 more.
Yeah, I'm already gonna argue that Rats is not washed.
Rats is not washed. She is clean. All right, Digi getting a nice 6-line attack from the electric orb though.
Digi's caught up pretty well, just from that one drop.
Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but incoming damage can't kill you, right?
Incoming damage cannot kill you, no. It will stop one line short.
Yeah, that's a very nice, nice thing to know.
Now, granted, incoming damage can still put you into a really bad spot sooner than you expect by jumping your board all the way down.
Yeah, like, okay,
But-
yeah, Rat's doing a great job cutting the middle of that pattern there.
Yeah, but I don't really like the look of this board right now. There are too many hexagons. Well, that cleaned it up a lot.
Yeah, Rat's definitely having to take this like a puzzle to not die.
Yeah, this is time to stop playing the game.
Yeah, time to
And
grab
Rats
that
is
ball
taking the
and
ball
go.
and going home. And I don't think Digi's board looks good enough to make up 1,000 points in this time frame.
Not without some task level color switching, at least.
Yeah, the Ghosts
Great
100%
hot
have a
swap there from Rats.
The Ghosts 100% have a square hitbox. It is slightly mismatched to their sprite. It's the reason shooting a diagonal is much more difficult than it looks.
Yeah, the corners stick out. Is round, has square hitbox, stacks like a hexagon. Make up your mind.
Even just all the shapes in here. Rats is greeting pretty heavily, but only gets 4 lines of it. That seems kind of disappointing.
Yeah, you lose the fact that electrics take 1 point off of skulls and then delete all of one color means that your damage potential drops pretty drastically, pretty quickly.
Yeah, but right now the lead's trading back and forth between these two. But Digi's board is a nightmare of bombs. I don't like it one bit.
Okay, that'll
Okay,
cut through
it's a
most
bit
of the
cleared
pattern,
up,
but unfortunately Rats has developed a 650 point lead, and I
Yeah.
don't know if Digi has enough time with only 5 for...
Okay, that'll get close, but unfortunately that's still 250 points shy, so... Rats is gonna go up a game. Really nice start here.
Alright, let's see who can get the, Oh wow, it's just... Okay, 6-line attack.
Rat's taking the immediate greed. Personally, I don't think I would have taken that electric ghost at all once I saw the bomb. Oh no! Digi!
Did
Bonk the
Rats have
bomb
enough,
instead.
enough space to greed for the bomb row? I didn't.
I believe there was just enough space to get the bomb row on screen. Unfortunately, it didn't matter because Digi greeted slightly too hard and ended the round immediately.
Right. Ooh, Rat's missing the hot swap there. It's probably gonna have to take a... Okay. No,
Yeah,
actually
that was
does
sketchy,
go
but it
for a pretty
works.
greedy pull. That was very well played.
Yeah, there was a safe way to take that. That was not it, but it still worked. Digi is pulling down the electric ghost a little bit.
Oh, Rat's missing the hot swap there. Not at Death's Door yet. Okay, yeah, it does get the drop, so it doesn't matter.
It is first to 3 the entire way through this bracket. Alright, Digi... This is a pretty big drop if Digi can angle the ball, but it's also death for Digi if they don't
Oh
take it.
yeah, fantastic 6-line drop. And with 15 seconds remaining, that pushes Rats to have to play pretty aggressively here.
Yeah, this is not a great board to start playing aggressively with, though.
Yeah, Digi gonna steal that one from behind with that huge drop. Looking to put themselves on the board.
So there's a little argument between the Ghostlop players of which is the faster way to pull down, if it's to repeatedly catch the ball, or to repeatedly drop it. I don't think there's much of a difference between the two, honestly.
How about dropping the ball and then catching it? So you get the
So
double
sure,
line.
that does work, but then you have to precisely time it, and then
Yeah.
also throw it back at the same time, so it winds up being about the same anyway. Unless you're, like, task level timing. Rats unfortunately threw most of that board away just as the bombs were arriving, and only got 5 lines out of it. I think she could have gotten much more. Digi, on the other hand,
Finding a huge drop with that electric. Rats still does have a 14k lead, and the bomb row is not going to give Digi any more than it gave Rats, so...
yeah, no more benefit there, and Rats finding another big drop is going to put Digi even further into the hole.
Okay, so Rats approaching the bottom of the board, opting to cut below the skulls, not greeting. With a 1200 lead, probably a nice decision, not a bad decision to make.
Rats probably just going to play a bit more conservatively and just let the ghosts... oh, doesn't matter. Digi drops the ball, and that's 2-0 Rats.
You blew it.
That entire structure is held up by that one orange ghost. Rats spots it and takes it right out.
Yeah,
And both
both
of them
players
do,
actually getting
I
a
think.
very comparable drop. Digi maybe just missing 1 or 2 ghosts.
Yeah, I think Digi must have knocked off 1 extra ghost. Somehow that turned into a 2-rush. I don't know how. That looked very...
Oh no, Rat's getting a bad
Oh,
bounce
no!
on the skulls.
And you can hear the hype coins coming out.
Increase the volume a little bit. Oh, Rats with such an unfortunate
the
series of
skulls did
bounces
not-
on that pattern, making it
Yeah,
just like eating
skulls-
all of the value.
The skulls did not allow a nice drop there. And that's just like, okay, have a nice day. What can you do?
Ooh, all those blues at the top makes this a pretty droppable board. Okay, and with the hot swap, does find the orange in the top left. So Rat's racking up some serious momentum in this game.
Digi is
now-
in a bit of peril here, and then is Digi taking the greedy out, or is Digi taking the safe one? Digi is looking greedy, and
It pays off.
wow, it works, and Digi is now slightly in the lead.
Gambles everything, and it works. Oh, but
I mean, Digi has... well, no, Digi has to play like this, because Rats is up
Rats is
2-0.
hot on his tail.
Yeah.
Fortunately, with only 2 seconds left,
Well, there we
Not
go.
enough time
Digi's got
to-
a game.
Digi's on the board.
And we're right back in. Not even going to give time for the continue screen to show. That immediate damage looked like it caught Rats off guard.
I like the hot swap there, just to catch that one blue for the slightly better angle.
Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta do that. It's safer in the end. Oh,
Yeah.
that looked bad. That looked, Digi did not want to hit that orange. and it bounced down.
Oh, Digi missing a hot swap there. But okay. Good hot
Rat
swap
making
from
a
Rats as
surprisingly
well.
good shot for not being able to see the
For the
aiming
yeah,
button.
not being able to see the reticle made that very difficult.
Oh, unfortunately, these ghosts are getting in the way. This is not a shot you want to make.
Oh,
And it doesn't work.
unfortunately, yeah, it swaps at the wrong time, and it does not pay off.
Oh, that could have been
Rats.
a 2-rush, but Digi aborted it. Just kind of switched to blue and got the ball back down. There are too many orange ghosts on this board in Rats' side. That electric ghost just is no help at all.
no!
Unfortunately, no, that angle is bad. And now
Yeah.
it's 2-2.
I think Rats tried to play it safe, and unfortunately, the safe shot was the harder one.
Very unfortunate. So Nightcap, a rush is, in terms of score, it awards whatever you've done previously again. And in terms of damage, it adds 1 extra line to the second rush, and 2 extra lines to a 3 rush, and so on and so forth. So if you score 500 points in your first attack, and then get a 2 rush, it will re-award those 500 points again, as well as whatever the 2 rush itself gives you, score-wise.
Does it also double the number of lines you send, or is it just score?
It's just score. The lines are, you get 1 extra bonus line for doing a rush.
Yeah, the game definitely rewards greed. Yeah, big quota and big score and big damage, they're all tied together.
But if you know how to do it, the big damage can turn into big comebacks.
True, yeah. You have to remember that...
I mean, you know this from experience, Deca.
yeah.
Remember the 10,000 point game?
Yes, yes indeed.
The scoreboard is not meant to show this many digits, but it's here anyway.
Alright, Rat's in a bit of a sticky spot here.
Oh yeah, this
Oh,
bomb
just
is
gonna
not gonna
take the
help
ball
very
and
much.
run, but
Yep.
is it enough?
It
Oh,
should
and
be
it's
enough.
Not a
just
600 point
barely.
drop, so...
Rats is like, yeah, this looks bad. I'm out of here. You can't make me.
You know what they say, if it sucks, hit the bricks. Oh, this is a lot of potential for a huge drop here.
Well, it's still a pretty big potential here. Yeah, 7 lines. It just became a lot more immediate need to do something with it after Digi's attack.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, the skulls pretty much only come as damage. So
Yeah, they do only come as
they
damage.
do only come as damage. Okay, yeah, so the skulls only come as damage, but if you drop them, they can be worth up to 2 points, where ghosts are only worth 1. So by sending your opponent lots of damage, you give them extra material to come back with. It can be extraordinary.
Rats is
No.
pulling away with this, and it doesn't matter. Digi's gonna fumble the ball, and that's it.
Yep. Alright. So, Rats with a convincing lead at the beginning, but Digi almost finding their way back.
I'm still gonna have to argue, Rats is not washed.
No, Rats is definitely, Rats definitely had the point lead in almost every round, even if they were, even if they got caught off guard by some unexpected damage. Alright. We're
Hey, Deca,
on
you're up.
the
Deca
world's
losers?
longest possible Deca losers run.
Oh,
Oh
Deca.
boy, we're in for it now.
Deca.
I'm sorry, I've made a terrible mistake. Note, you should have thrown. Why would you do this?
You know
But
when you're
Snow was
in
throwing. That's what you do this whole game.
True.
when you're in Dan from Street Fighter of the losers bracket, you know you're in trouble. You know, like
Yeah.
Ghostlop mod. I'm a chuckster. No, I refuse to acknowledge it, Raz. I refuse to acknowledge it. If you did not catch what Raz was saying,
mhm.
Raz behind me insinuating we should mod Ghostlop to add I'm a chuckster.
True. You know, normal. Rixor cutting through the pattern very effectively. Deca looking to make a big drop here. Okay. Deca's pretty far behind in this pattern, but I like this bomb row, so pretty
Yeah, the bomb row
huge.
is very, very helpful.
I feel like Deca's a little behind on tempo, like playing kind of slow, but a little methodical. So, I mean, if you send over the 5 lines, like Deca is in the wrong
Hey,
match.
Yeah, Deca, you are
Oh,
not
I'm-
supposed to be playing Rixor.
I played the wrong person.
You are supposed to be playing Afro Lord.
Whoops.
Quick exit out now before Fight Kid yells at you for ending a match too early.
It already did.
Very funny.
I was about to add Afro Lord, and I saw the challenge in the chat, and I was like, oh, it's.
Oh, I
It
see.
happens. It
I just
happens.
I thought it was them. My brain did not even parse that it could be a different player. Okay. Adding even more to the longest
round.
losers run.
But what if you were a legend? Like, what if you went all the way up? All the way up losers run. What if you did have the longest losers run in stream history?
That would be pretty hype. Alright, I see an eyeball. Is everybody in?
I'm in.
Alright, I'm getting in.
Okay.
I'm ahead of stream. Let's go. FB Neo working. All right, Afro Lord clearing off some of this early chaff. This board is actually really annoying.
Yeah,
start
it's not
on.
a good starting board at all. You just kind of want to get through it as fast as you can and hope for something better. Preferably better than Deca has dealt with it because... Okay, yeah.
It's fine, but like it's not like you look at all these skulls on this board. Like it's so annoying, and the skulls are weirdly dangerous. Like it's really easy to understate how dangerous they can sometimes be.
It's the fact that they bounce you around one time only, and there's all those holes in the middle of their like pattern that they come in. Oh, and there's nothing doing there, so...
Just didn't bounce
True.
it. Thought it would.
Okay, Deca greeting. But we don't have a single stem. We have a bunch of this other stuff. But we do a little
Oh,
bit of
I
hot
mean-
swapping to find it, so no
Yeah.
problem there.
Just cut all the stems down, who cares? Uh-oh. I looked over, and suddenly, Afro Lord is down on the bottom of the board.
Okay, Deca needs to find a way to get to this orange stem. We're doing a little bit of hot swapping. Actually, we take the blue. It doesn't even matter. Okay, Deca. Looking to cut up this orange central stem here. Send over the 5. Afro Lord in peril.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of peril, and a bad drop at the worst time is gonna immediately give a game to Deca.
Come on. The bomb row first. The bomb row second row too. Come on now.
Yep.
I'm sure one day someone will have the optimal strategy of whether you should take it first or second or something like that. Okay.
I saw the vision, but unfortunately it was just not timed well enough on Dekka's side.
Well, luckily his opponent is not really hitting the 5-liners either, so... we did find a 4.
That single bomb sends 4 lines, which is pretty good on its own. Oh, Dekka is sending many more 4 lines, however.
Okay. Afrolord needs to get to
This
this
is
electric,
bad.
but there's no throws remaining that could possibly do that. I was so ready to eat my words, and then...
I mean, at that point, you just throw and pray that the skulls let you through. That's really all you can do.
I don't like this. What have I done?
Please don't drop the
You-
ball like that, Dekka. That's scary.
Well, not the most optimal rush, but it's better than...
You know what?
I mean, any rush is better than nothing.
You also lived. That's
Yes.
huge.
Did live. Which has been a big hurdle for me to get over this bracket so far, apparently.
That's why I was saying I was washed, is because I went through a phase of playing this game where I just could not hit any shots. But I was still like playing and greeting like I could. And I was like,
Oh,
damn.
yeah, and the game punishes you very hard for trying that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Dekka's a pretty straightforward line here, but unfortunately whiffs it. Okay, we have these bombs to rush through. Send over the 6. Afrolord.
Oh, this
ooh.
board is not very good. That's
Oh
not gonna
my
drop without...
god.
Yeah.
If he had a blue hot swap, he would have lived.
Yeah, that board required a 2 rush to get through. And unfortunately, had to be angled right and needed a good hot swap at the right time. Unfortunately, missing the last one of those.
Dekka definitely
Dekka goes
trying something, which is kind of cool, but did not necessarily pan out or do anything. Okay, we are... Oh, we're trying to greed off of these skulls. My
I mean,
god,
it
it
worked.
worked out.
It worked out pretty well because Dekka is already up to a 1,000-point lead this early.
Mhm.
And, and it doesn't even matter. All the skulls sent over.
So one of the issues here is that as even though Afrolord might progress through the pattern a little bit faster, and sending over these little pokes here and there, he just never has a drop big enough to offset whenever Dekka sends lines, and so eating four lines repeatedly is just
Dekka's-
going to end your game.
Dekka cut off basically the entire board and sent 8 lines, and Afrolord just wasn't prepared for it all, and that's it.
Mhm.
That's it. That's 3-0.
GG's.
Well, congratulations, Dekka. You live to continue further through the bracket in losers.
I live to fight another day. It would be very sad if I said, "Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite brackets," and then I went 0-2.
Well, I don't know whether to say fortunately or unfortunately that your next opponent's Bird Up.
Oh no, the magical drop.
Magical
team
drop
kill.
team kill.
Like, if it makes you feel any better, when I played, I was so excited to bring a Rakujang to Puzzle Wednesday, and then I died in Winners Round 1. And because the game's like so incredibly long, we were just like, I should drop. It's like the only way we'll be able to make the schedule, like get out on time.
Oh yeah.
Because it wasn't just like the game is long, it was as long a loser's run as the one you're in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think
Gotta take one for the team, unfortunately.
I really think I gotta exercise some discipline and say no. Even though I've been waiting to play this game in bracket for months.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because Rakujang was like, it can go very quick. See Bird Up getting Tenho.
Yeah.
But it can also go very, very long.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hard
that was the Rakugo puzzle game, right?
Yeah.
The one that Digi hit me for like 9 million points.
That's just mahjong for you.
Oh my god. These players are very close.
Yeah.
Ardrox has pretty regularly made the podium in this game. Note is always prepared. Maybe not always on the podium or like always winning, but certainly a contender and somebody to watch out for.
Note is one of those like Digi who just tries to play in everything and usually is pretty good at everything.
I find Note spectacularly hard to kill. Like, Note's composure is always on point. Though, speaking of composure, you better be composed to live
Yeah,
this
you
scenario.
gotta be composed to get out of this.
Like, holy moly.
And you have to get out of it fast, too, because Ardrox is
out
just
of
getting-
here.
It's a two rush.
Ever.
Ow.
Unfortunately, it took a long time, and
So
since then,
stupid.
Ardrox has gathered up a point lead.
Only
It's not by
300.
very much, though, anymore.
It's not by very much.
Oh.
This one's gonna
Actually
come
playing
down to the
catch-up
wire.
very quickly.
Oh my god, anybody could have this. But the
All
first
it takes
person
is
to
one
find
drop out of this is
A Note doesn't have any
Unfortunately,
hot
it's
swaps.
just not happening. That's so unfortunate. It could have gone Note's way, but it just didn't.
Comeback of a lifetime from
I
the
cannot
brink of
believe.
defeat.
I cannot believe that Note lived. I'm just shocked.
Yeah, that was a very smart way of solving the pattern. With thinking to like just skim the top 2 lines off, or I guess bottom 2 lines off,
Hmm.
and to give themselves like one extra, like a better second shot was very smart.
Sometimes you just gotta do little plays like that to keep yourself alive.
No, only big plays.
Sometimes you gotta think of the small plays too, rats. It can't be all 11 line drops all day.
No
Note-
setup, only big plays.
Oh my god. Rixor has Ardrox has evaporated Note's lead here. They're neck and neck now. Note's got a bunch of ugly skulls, and Ardrox
And
has a
Ardrox
great
has
drop.
gotten rid of everything in that board, so Note's in trouble.
Note does get a 5
Note's not in
liner,
trouble anymore.
but unfortunately, there's been a pretty big swing in points.
Yeah.
And it's not going to get any smaller because Ardrox has designs on this huge drop here.
And Note's pattern is not very good.
No.
There is a
all
way to
these-
make a drop out of this, but it's not fun. And, okay, a 2-rush out of that is nice, but it's just not enough.
This electric eats so many ghosts. Like, it just destroys your score whenever you try to use one. It can be very efficient or get you out of a bind, but when you're already down, you got less than 10 seconds on the clock. Electrics are sort of not your
no,
friend.
my gosh, that was game one.
Game 1.
Yes! Yes, it was!
Keep
That
going,
is...
Note.
That is actually why I was kind of concerned about the set length today.
Right.
Because as players get better at this game, it takes exponentially longer to get out of match.
Yeah, especially
Oh.
if they're close.
Okay. Ardrox taking the electric. Not a bad idea, but certainly put him behind and score a little bit, but there wasn't like an easy way to survive and like attack at the same time. Okay, bomb line.
Bomb line,
Now-
not too great for Note.
I think I am slightly ahead of you two. Let me pause and catch up.
I am commentating a little bit slow, but
Ooh.
Ardrox sends 7 lines with a bomb row. That'll tell you how far ahead I am.
yeah, that was a few moments ago.
All right.
Note looking for a big comeback shot on these skulls, but it is neck and neck in terms of score here.
Yeah, literally on the same 100.
Literally at the same point, yes.
With only less than 20 seconds left on the clock, so
Okay, Note's gotta piece together something creative here.
That's creative enough. Oh no. Okay, we're single-digit points to get. Oh no.
oh my god. Oh
This
Jesus.
is scary.
Oh my god,
7
point
points.
difference.
Ugh.
Literally,
Yep.
individual ghosts being cleared mattered.
Yep. Our
Send
Drox
over
is
the
gonna get
7.
7 lines out of that, yeah. No, this is not actually very good with the skulls up top. Oh, doesn't matter. Bonks at the bottom.
I think they hit the wrong button. They needed to hit the blue.
This entire board is held up by that one orange ghost. Ardrox sees it, I think? Yeah, tries to swap to get it. And goes
Yeah,
around it.
Note
Open up.
actually, because they cut their board a little bit, got a better clear out of that board.
Oh, great drop. Wow.
Yeah, somehow the ball just decided it was going to slot into that line, and this just looks like good opportunities all around for Note right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with
a
the bomb line?
freebie
Good
with the
grief.
6 with the bomb line.
This is a very comfortable lead, which may also translate to a game, unless Ardrox. Oh,
Uh-oh.
actually.
This is suddenly bad. All those ghosts.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no!
The
The
vibes.
grab.
Yep.
The low ceiling.
Wowzers. Last game, last round on that one, huh? And we might be. I have a feeling every single one of these games with Ardrox and Note are going to look like that.
Yeah.
As I was mentioning earlier, like when Note is interested in like winning, like very difficult to kill.
How long until we see the dreaded draw? I swear it's gonna happen one of these days.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's only a matter of time. Okay.
Okay, Note taking a safe path to get 4.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't know if what Ardrox wants to do is so difficult.
Yeah, these yeah,
Yeah.
the ghosts were not cooperating.
The shape of the side of that pattern was just not conducive to sneaking the ball into one of those slots.
No.
I admire the attempt, but sometimes you do have to give up on the greed.
You don't have to, but
no,
it's probably
you have
for
to
the
do
best.
something about this. Note. You have to make this hot swap, or that
Ooh.
that works too.
Let's go. Send over the 5. Note's actually still behind. Oh,
Not
anymore.
Well, you know,
All you
That's
have to
pretty
do is say
solid.
that, and suddenly, not anymore.
Next
Ardrox's drop
chunk of
gets
this
totally
pattern
eaten.
is not very useful for score.
I do not like 2 Spires of Skulls on Ardrox's side. I am glad
No,
one of them is
it's-
gone now.
Pretty bad.
I'm glad they're both gone now.
Ardrox is playing kind of conservative here. I feel like he's going to have to find a greed somewhere in order to get back into this game at this point. This checkerboard pattern is not going to produce that.
Yeah, this is bad.
Honestly, drawing the skulls here is probably better than the pattern. Because at least the skulls, they sometimes ricochet in a funny way. And
Oh
a
my
funny
god,
way
2
is,
rushing with 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of ricocheting in a funny way,
Okay.
Very funny
yeah,
pattern.
Ardrox needs something good out of this electric, and it's not happening.
It's just not enough. The
No.
loss of damage potential with all the skulls taking 1 damage is just too much. The board would have
Yep.
need to be like all skulls held up by like 1 orange, and that just wasn't the case.
Note, why are you in chat? You're playing the game.
That's just typical Note behavior. Masa will do the same thing. I think TOs are they're just like that.
You know what? Fair enough.
Masa will play puzzle games and EDF at the same time, which is how you know she's a mutant.
EDF?
Earth Defense Force.
Oh. Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah, I don't know how you managed that one.
Okay.
That looked like an ill-timed hot swap for Ardrox, but didn't end catastrophically, so it's just Ardrox is down 600 points. 700 points. 800? No, 700.
600?
I don't know why I try to be precise about the number. It keeps changing.
It's true. The Note losing a lot on this drop,
Oh yeah, this is...
having to eat it all up, which gives Ardrox an opportunity to greed a little bit harder.
Does only finds a 3, but it's enough to pretty much even the scoreboard. Oh.
Yeah, we're within 100. Oh, Note? How do you get out of this? This is looking pretty spicy. Got
This
2
is-
seconds to do something about it.
Some hot swaps
Somehow it
required, and it
worked.
pays
Ever.
off.
Somehow it works. I think
Ardrox
Note is getting a
is
bomb row in the
offline,
pattern
though.
shortly, because Ardrox just came up on it. But there's only 4 seconds left. It doesn't matter.
Bees!
Oh my god.
The bees of suspense as the bomb row showed up, but just not enough time.
Why would... I don't want hype bees moments. I want hot gameplay moments.
High tension
Oh
B
my
action.
God. No,
No.
Brazil.
Fight K, not like this. Are we actually out
Brazil.
entirely?
I'm looking
No,
at
they're
Fight
still
Kid.
going.
Bees underpin our society.
Is it doing the Fightcade thing where, like, it's disconnected from the replay server, but they're still going?
Actually, that's a possibility. I might be able to just simply
No,
respect
note
it.
says, so I'm frozen.
Aww.
Damn.
Restart Ardrox up 1 round.
Okay. Damn. What if I look at the Fightcade Discord, see if there's any...
Discussion.
doesn't-
T1, alright.
you only have to win a round, right?
Yeah, Ardrox only has to win 1 round to advance.
That's first to 0.5.
Yeah.
Love that.
I can't believe this character meta. It's always Goose versus McCoy.
True. He's the real McCoy, as opposed to the fake Shadow McCoy. Note is...
Oh, he's just suiciding.
Note is
Okay.
throwing
Oh,
the
I
round,
see.
yeah,
Okay.
because... Alright, now we're in it for real. And that bomb row immediately shows up. And Ardrox gets a much better drop out of it and gets an extra line and 400 extra points. Although, Note quickly closed the gap anyway.
Yeah, Note
Yeah, Note
just
had a better
taking
drop
the
in the next
lines
batter.
way faster. No!
No!
Greeting for
And
that
just like
one
that.
extra ghost was not worth it. I know
Just like
exactly
that,
what
it's
No
all
wanted to
over.
do. Oh, that's so sad.
No, I'm sorry, buddy. You'll get him next time.
Join me in the losers bracket.
So what are we doing next? Are we? Yeah, we're going. It's Deca losers time again. We gotta catch him up.
Yay!
All right, me and Bird up. I can't spell, but I'm ready.
That's okay. We all know puzzle players can't spell or count.
True.
Man, we really have it rough, huh? No spelling, no counting. What can we do?
Press buttons. Hold down.
Hold down. Yeah,
Hold
we
down.
can
Yep.
hold down. Oh shit! Burnip said, "Watch out! I've had a pretzel."
Oh boy.
What
He's
does that
powered up.
mean?
Means he's powered up.
I'm still not used to Deca getting into game faster than a minute and a half.
It is kind of new.
I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it turns out that it was my my roommate's fault.
Oh, Deca! No, bird up.
You're gonna go for this electric.
Well, bird up certainly is pulling down all this way. Well, they both are. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Deca gets all the benefit out of that, and bird up gets nothing. It hurts a lot.
There goes all my.
Oh, but what if funny bounce? The funniest bounce. You know what? The garbage is
Take
fake if you have funny bounce.
Just go take a coffee break while the ball bounces up there.
And Bird Up not able to figure out the hot swap. Doesn't matter. We'll send it anyway because Deca had the live or die shot. Decided to live.
My ball's finding new and creative ways to cut through this pattern. World's slowest way to get one line.
Deca, what are you
That
doing?
That works, but
Like the amount of tempo you give up doing that. Oh, funny bounce time? Oh, send over the 7 lines? And now
yeah,
we
it's
can just
funny
sort of
until you wind
chill?
up 1,000 points ahead.
I'm gonna say that I doubt that Bird Up has 1,000 points in him in under 10 seconds.
Yeah,
But
I
Deca
think I'm
needs to
gonna have
not
to
miss
agree
this
with you.
shot. Okay.
yeah, that's just gonna put bird up further in the hole with 5 seconds to go. That's just gonna cement it.
Bird Up, drunk on pretzels. Drunk on a single pretzel. Looking to get back in. We're gonna dribble it on the ground. That way we can listen to the sound effect repeatedly. I hate this board.
I tried to do
It's my
something
enemy.
cool, but it just didn't work.
Oh, you got way more points for it.
You got way
so-
more points than bird up did. It worked pretty well.
All right, does Deca have the hot swap? He does not. It takes a rush
He has a
instead,
2
which is
rush
kind of
for
fun.
it.
Oh, I don't like this.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Oh, whoa, okay.
Deca
That
chooses
was-
to play it safe instead of doing the risky thing of shooting up there for that blue. And does that afterwards. And then
I
drop
love-
the entire board for 6 lines, and now bird up's the one on the back foot.
Okay.
That didn't go where I thought it would. Whatever, just no losses.
Well, you know, it looks fine. Deca doing a bit more greeting, refilling that board. Sending over the 4 lines. Bird up, not really able to offset it. Eating a bunch. Becca doing a smidge of greeting. We would love to get this blue line. Okay. Oh, hot swap's not our friend. Oh, okay. All right, take it easy.
Got one more line, yeah.
All right. The amount of risk we're taking for 3 lines.
Yeah, that
It's
was that was very scary for not really being worth it.
That's my middle name.
Love it. Big plays. Not good plays, big plays.
Exactly. We're not here for
Big
a
plays
long
for
time. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Big plays for the sake of being big, not for anything special.
Okay, Deco with a bit of a shallow throw, but
Uh-oh.
he's got a bunch of
This
stuff that
board
he
is
can...
spicy.
I'm done.
All right, funny bounce. Now or never.
That bounce was much funnier than I think Deca expected. It
Yeah,
did not go anywhere
I
near
just,
those blues at the top.
I did not get the hot swap the way I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like that was a really bad hot swap as well.
If you time it badly, is it just a cold swap?
Yeah, kind of.
I want to meet somebody who's like capable of just cutting through a checkerboard just by like repeatedly doing the thing.
What if you just had the right rhythm?
Okay, Bird up with this electric. Could probably get out of jail here.
That bomb
Okay.
road, is spicy, but unfortunately just have to get rid of everything to save yourself.
Ooh. Deca popping the bomb row one too early. Oh, this electric for Bird up is so sad. Eats all the pressure from the bomb circle.
Good news, good news, Bird Up is safe. Bad news, that was worth nothing.
But
Although
Deca
they
does
aren't
not have
too
like a huge
far
lead,
apart.
so
Yeah.
no.
Never mind. One drop, and suddenly Deca is 900 points ahead. 5 seconds left. And one line is not going to cut it. A double dribble is not going to cut it even more. Deca's up 2-0.
Hail Mary. Oh,
You know, the
I
ones... Oh,
wasn't paying
I see that
attention.
bomb row up there. That's a spicy 7 lines. Yep, and oh, Bird Up was pulling down at the time.
Oh, brutal. Oh god. Oh, but what if?
Yeah, that's looking
Oh, but
pretty
what if?
appealing up there.
Oh, it's got the 1. Okay.
Okay, no, it's just not happening. You know the one sad thing about versus mode in this, you never get the Lulu's stage.
Hmm.
You only get that if you specifically play single player and get up to Lulu's stage before somebody challenges you.
All right, Deco with a pretty solid lead. Bird up in a little bit of peril. We're actually going to take a little conservative cut right here in order to stay alive. But that doesn't, like, dramatically improve the board. It just keeps us alive. Okay, the 3-line
And
drop.
Deca earned a 6-line drop in that period of time and is now 1,100 points ahead.
Normal.
Bird Up cuts the stim and gets nothing out of it. I see Deca eyeing that line of blues up there at the top. Or oranges?
Yeah, I was afraid that if I went for the blues, the skulls would give me a bad bounce.
Yep, that's
So
8 lines though.
So I took
worked out.
I took the oranges instead.
All right, and that's it. Deca's up 3-0 again. Unfortunately, the power of pretzel was not enough.
Pretzel was not enough. It did put up a fight, though. Little did Bird Up know, though, I have a box of breadsticks here.
Ah, breadsticks are more powerful than pretzels. Got it.
Okay, so are we gonna do winners semis now?
Yep. All right. Deca, you're on your own.
I'm on my own. Oh, yeah, commentary team kill.
Sure is. Send over the old look here. Look, buddy. I love that emote. It's like my favorite.
Oh, you're in. Uh-oh.
We sure are in, but we're just chilling. We're just passing back and forth the same quarter while we're waiting.
Well, my getting into match has been faster, but unfortunately spectating's still a little crunchy tonight. But we're in. Great
Oh,
hot
oops.
swap from KS. Rats, unfortunately, swapping a little too early. For those of you who don't know, KS might just be Ghostlop's strongest soldier. So,
Damn it. I had to make that swap.
oh yeah. Well, I guess you
'Cause
could have trimmed that line.
I need to keep pace with KS's score. Like,
Oh, true, yeah.
like big time.
Yeah, every ghost does make a difference when it comes to getting a drop. The number of orbs dropped right there was not very huge, or the difference in orbs dropped there was not very huge, but KS just the little optimizations over and over adding up to large point leads. KS definitely not afraid to greed at all. Very comfortable in the top board scenario. Rats has to make a hot swap there and unfortunately misses the blues. Yeah, KS just getting a absolutely enormous drop on that first pattern by just hot swapping through it. That really is the, oh my god, 9 lines, the first one we've seen of the night. Rat's able to offset a little bit of it, so the damage isn't too cruel. KS has put together a pretty sizable lead. 5,000 is not an uncommon score to finish at, and we're there barely halfway through the round. Oh, poor Rats getting just such a tiny little bit less value out of that drop. And it ending up as like a 500 point difference. However, sniping the entire board there gives her an opportunity to come back. And with that big 5, we got the opportunity to take the lead. Okay, but a 7 line. We are ping-ponging back and forth now. There's so many skulls on board. Rats needs to find a way to drop as many of these as possible. Well, being able to sneak between... Rats finding an amazing clear there, but unfortunately KS has just built up such an enormous lead. The lack of pressure has just allowed them to greed through the pattern as freely as they want. And they're just continually racking up multi-thousand point drop. Rats' board just cannot support a 1700 point comeback in such a short span of time. Alright, Rat coming out with the stronger start this time. Okay, Rat's identifying that this board is filled up by one piece. Gets the 8 drop. The scores are close, but it is still definitively in KS's favor. Now, where Rats finds this bomb row that KS just got is going to be pretty critical.
I'm so mad.
Oh no, the horrible
So, like, the
worst bounce ever in the history of the universe.
The 1 or 2 additional ghosts that I would get from hitting it like that really mattered. Like, really, really mattered. Which is why I took that risk.
Yeah, it's like, every point is like, the value increases for each point, or the value of each piece in a drop increases based on the number of drops, so it's kind of exponential.
All right, so what's next? Are we up for Deck of Losers again?
Tekka's going to tell us all about some upcoming events.
Ooh, we are.
Gotcha.
Let me just swap over here and find where I hid the schedule. All right. So if I am to, because I cannot read Japanese, I can intuit from the one half that this is a Ranma 1 puzzle game. Though I do not know anything about this one.
Okay. So, Ranma Half, Ogi no Janken, is a rock, paper, scissors chaining game. You're going to be creating stacks of one symbol, either rock, paper, or scissors, and then you'll drop the opposing symbol on top, and it'll chain all the way down, dealing damage to your opponent as it goes. Anytime you make a line across the board of a single symbol, you'll earn a water piece, and you start with 1. You can use those as a diamond to blow up all of a single color or a garbage type off of your board, which is pretty helpful. It also curses your opponent. So if they're in the middle of a chain and you curse them, it will nerf their damage and also slow down their chain speed, which can sometimes lock them into like a disadvantaged state for a time. This game's incredibly unique, but plays very, very long. So we tend to only run it every 18 months to 2 years. We're celebrating the reboot of the Ranma Half anime, so go check that out. And check out this game November 6th.
I believe, what's it on Crunchyroll?
I think so.
A classic. Ranma 1/2. Been around for a very long time. All right.
Also, gender fluid icon. Always
Yes,
support.
indeed. Yeah. So Blockout now, if I remember, is the 3D Tetris that you play from the top down, right?
Yep,
Am
that
I
sure
remembering
is
that
it.
correctly? This game is a hoot. You have to fill up floors instead of making lines. And I don't exactly remember how damage works. Is it where the piece fills in?
In Blockout, it copies the bottom face of your stack. So the fewer holes that are in your stack, the more blocks you receive, and the faster you can meet quota.
And the to give you a little bit of help, the blocks do change color as they advance towards the screen because as you place pieces, you cover up the next row down.
That's true.
So this game is uh, a little bit of a brain teaser as well as being a fun puzzle stacking game as you try to remember where the where your mistakes have been buried. Okay. I do not know this next game either.
Okay, so
Puzzle
we
Arena
have
Toshinden.
yes. So Puzzle Arena Toshinden is a match 3 chaining game like Gyakuten Puzzle Bansho or whatever. Except anytime you accept damage, you get a bunch of meter. And anytime you destroy garbage, you also get meter. And you can use that meter to destroy blocks or send damage over to your opponent. On top of that, you have a taunt mechanic. So whenever you taunt your opponent, they can't use their meter to attack, and you take a little bit of meter from them to hit them with it. So you could like chain, bury somebody's chain, start stealing their meter while they're like looking to downstack. It's really interesting. And in spite of all of that, it also plays blazingly fast. Like it's really quite fun. And I highly encourage you to go check it out. There's not much of a character meta. I'm pretty sure they're more or less all identical. And I think if you taunt somebody when they don't have meter, you actually just send like 1 or 2 units of garbage over instead, which is very funny.
All right. And then for November 22nd, that Friday?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that is a Friday. We have the Return of Hack Match, which is like the original Uppy Downy. Does it predate
No.
no,
Oh
it's
No,
no.
okay. I mean,
It's-
in universe, it probably does. In like our universe, no. It's very much
I forget when this
does
game
not
came
predate.
out, but it's designed to be played on the NES, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So Hack Match was originally a side game in Exapunks, the Zachtronics puzzle game, and they actually backported it to NES. They
Oh.
wrote a whole article, in fact, about all the stuff they had to go through compiling a new game from scratch for the NES. But it's fully playable, has a versus mode, and we are going to be playing it on November 22nd.
Yep, it's a match 4 game, kind of like sort of like the way you play Puyo, except you don't just drop pieces on your board. You shuffle them around uppy downy style. So your goal is to build up chains, and I think you want to meet quota, if I'm remembering correctly. You
There
have to.
is no quota, it is simply bury your opponent.
Okay, yeah. So you just have to make chains to accumulate damage on your opponent's side. The damage is not very swingy, so the matches can turn into a bit of an endurance test. But there's a large number. What are there? 4 colors, and then also there's like power orbs.
Hmm.
So you can end up with a lot of stuff on your board that you have to manage that won't necessarily interact with each other. So
Hmm.
it's a real test of space management.
Hmm. There's
Very
also
fun game.
like
Very intuitive as
uh
well.
there's also like a bit of a chaining game built into it where like if you do a 3 or 4 chain, you will send over 2 lines of garbage instead of just the one. Like you can do it so that way it's much harder for your opponent to downstack. But the amount of risk and the amount of time that it takes to set that up is just very hard to do outside of the first half of the game. So it's really interesting, very different from all the other uppy downy kind of games that look like it.
Yeah, despite being an uppy downy, it plays much more like a chain game, like a
Mhm.
typical
Match 4 game, yeah.
match 4 puzzle stacking game than a idle exchanger or mag drop. So it's super interesting. And I'm glad that it's coming back. Is that the official term, uppy downy?
It may as
Yes.
well be at this point.
That is the term that we coined and have canonized. No one outside of Puzzle Wednesday will know what you're talking about, but that is the official
True.
term.
Yeah, I mean the mag drop folks probably will.
Yeah.
That's spurred up.
Puzzle Wednesday and the Puzzle Wednesday adjacent people will know what you're talking about.
True.
But hey, that's what every like highly specialized field is like, right? You
Mhm.
go into linguistics and start dropping stuff about phonemes on people.
Yep.
The average layperson isn't going to know, but that's not their fault. They're not into linguistics.
True,
We're going
true.
straight into winners finals,
All right.
which means I am getting thrown in the hot seat.
Good luck. Oh wait, I joined the wrong game.
Brutal.
Doesn't matter because I forgot to switch back to the in-game layout anyway. We're
Brutal.
we're winning. Time to update tags on puzzle games on Steam then. Please do. Please tag I guess Magical Drop 6 is the only one. Because they removed Magical Drop 5.
That's so funny. All right, looks like KS and Ardrox are in match.
Yep. Yeah, for those of you who don't know a little bit of uppy downy lore, Magical Drop 5 was a bit of a disaster. Very, very poor reception on launch. Ran super poorly as well. Even after a number of updates, it did not improve very much. It kind of just died, and then they delisted it. And so now it's
Love
basically lost media. If you want to buy a new Steam key, it's like $300.
Love that. I think my copy's on PS3 or something. All right, KS, greeting hard, greeting deep.
Definitely wants it. Does not get it. It would have been worth so many points, though. I can't blame them. Alright. Nice 6 line, but Ardrock's finding something magical to put 1,400 points on the board.
Yeah, Ardrox really digs this game. And you can definitely see that passion. But I don't know about this path through the pattern. I mean, maybe I'm a Debbie Dowder here, but this bomb does help. But Chaos has now taken a 300-point lead.
Ardrox is going to need to pick up the pace to make that up, because though KS actually ends up having a really difficult pattern to cut through cleanly, so the drop that I thought was going to be worth a ton ended up not being worth nearly as much as I thought it would have.
Ardrox having a really hard time with this pattern.
Yeah, Ardrox running into the same problem as KS did, where the pattern just isn't going to give them any points. Oh, and trying to take the double
fork.
spires in a greedy way just did not pay out.
Send over the 5. KS.
Only gets 4.
But survives the funny bounce, so who can say? KS playing safe. Would like to keep living, but Ardrox has now developed an 800 point lead, which KS is
KS
actually
makes it
managed
back
to
with a very aggressive skull drop. But there is something to be said for you can play fast enough to, like, if your opponent's greeting but they're playing pretty slow to do it. You can make pace by just doing slightly smaller drops more consistently. Oh, but Ardrox not
missing
finding
the
a drop
top swap.
to free up that bottommost column in the or the bottommost row in that second from the right column. Words are hard. Oh, so KS is going to get an enormous drop here. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
7 versus 6, 400 point difference. Just those handful of orbs that Ardrox had to skim off the board, making quite a big difference.
The follow-up drop coming out at roughly the same, but Ardrox doing great with his pattern here.
And actually outscoring KS on the drop. Ooh, he gets another 7. KS can
That
get a
is-
similar drop here, but unfortunately only gets 5 out of it. So we do have a bit of a point lead for Ardrox here. I like the attempt at the hot swap, even if it did not work out.
Ooh, this bounce from Ardrox, kind of lethal, but we're able to find a conservative clear. It gives the issue with the conservative, like, I want to stay alive kind of play, is that now KS is actually, like, built
Back
up a
in the
bit of a
lead,
lead. Yeah.
Oh, and the series of unfortunate bounces there means that Ardrox just lost a lot of point value on that next drop. KS has to find an interesting way through this pattern, though. Okay, so KS, unable to get a clean path through that pattern, is actually going to get stuck at 5,000 points. So Ardrox is going to take the round. Oh, KS
looking-
finding the skulls. Gets the 1800 drop. Double
The 8
value.
lines.
The offset and then some. Oh, and then another
over the
6 to
6.
follow it up. This is going to be a big drop for Ardrox, though. Yeah, 7. 300 point deficit. 300 points is not a lead. Oh, this is such an unfortunate spot to have a...
Yeah, Ardrox would really like to not get a funny bounce here.
The amount of time that took also just working against them. Desperately looking for a way down.
Ardrox would love to find some action off of that electric, but unfortunately, electric drops are just not going to do it against a 1,000 point lead.
Yeah, unless the board is perfect, it's just not going to work out in your favor.
Okay, wait.
Finds
Don't count him out.
5.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Oh no, it's barely not enough!
Oh, brutal.
Alright, so greed begins. We are down to the absolute last row.
Ardrock's gonna go for a rush.
Yo, the 3 rush? Get out of here.
You can get a very funny rush on this pattern too if you just throw the ball straight up the middle. Oh no, very unfortunate for Ardrox. Finding the bomb pattern just a little off of when they would have wanted to. They had just cut away a bunch of the orbs on board. But now
Chaos is really behind this
Chaos
pattern.
is gonna be coming up on that, and oh, they got a 6 drop right before those bombs came, so they were not paying quite enough attention to their opponent's board. But now Ardrox is in a dark place.
Okay. In spite of being behind in the pattern, Chaos has actually done pretty...
Oh no, the missed! The ball bounced, and then when you catch the ball, you also get a line, so... Ardrox taking the 2 shot for loss. KS going up 2-0.
Bend over the 7. Wow,
Both
even though
getting
they're...
7, but KS getting just a handful more orbs. No, Ardrox not paying attention to the bomb row in the ghost row, or in the material plane. Missing out on like 3 free lines of garbage. Or extra material to drop. Okay, great save there, but unfortunately KS has just built up this huge lead.
Wow, that electric paid off really well for Ardrox. It didn't quite, like, bring him back into the game, but, like, really helped him find some tempo.
Yeah, the, like, 2,000 point lead almost, not looking so insurmountable. But KS has found another 1,300 point drop, and Ardrox is in a very unhealthy board space to be making this kind of difference up. Yeah, I think KS has enough time to just take the ball home.
Yeah, with 2 seconds on the clock, I don't think so.
Even if Ardrox had gotten that drop, I do not think that was 1,400 in material.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow, this pointer is not helping Ardrox out at all. He's like
It's
trying to get the
big
optimal
drop
shot
with
here, and
the-
it's just flickering in and out of existence. Oh, okay, no. Ardrox eating a little bit of the drop that he was working on building.
Yeah, and ending up with a bit of a time waster. Really hurts to go for a drop like that and then just end up eating it with when the hot swap does not pay out the way you wanted it to.
Ooh, Ardrox taking this a little funny. I don't actually know what's going on here. Oh, looking for a rush, maybe? Our competitors are neck and neck, but I feel like KS has got a little bit more going on.
Yeah, KS has a significantly better board for constructing a drop. Ardrox is here skimming 5 pieces off the bottom at a time. Oh, I did not like that, trying to punch a hole through the middle.
Yeah.
Ardrox has given themselves a basically unsalvageable board. Yeah, it doesn't work. Tries with the low angle shot to get like a super ricochet, but just does not clip the oranges on both sides. So KS will be moving on to Grand Finals. And I believe we are on Echo Losers. Me and you, Rats.
Deca
Oh
semis.
boy. Zeka,
Can
you've
you
made it
make
all
it
the way
to-
so far.
Can you make it to Grands?
It'd be very funny if I did.
You've got quite the run ahead of you. Especially with Ardrox. Ardrox was giving me a run for my money at some point, so...
Yeah.
I know it doesn't look that when it ends 3-0, but...
Yeah, no, Ardrox was keeping up with you in score. There was a...
Look at these two just reading. And Dekka's gonna take a
I'm
huge
dying.
chunk and send 6 lines. Oh boy. And oh no. Rats gets a score of 16 for the round.
I told you I'm washed. It's all over for me.
I don't know yet, Rats. I don't know. I don't know if you can call yourself washed when you've gotten this far already. Surprisingly, things are staying pretty close between the two of you right now.
Mhm.
Even on the pattern, about even in score. This looks a little rough for Rats right now. Okay, well, nicely timed hot swap turns rough into 2 rush, so forget what I said. Nice 5-line drop to put Rats back in the lead. I'm just going to keep trading lead back and forth for a while. Given Dekka's position in the pattern has lots of nicely lined up bombs. Oh, that electric kind of hurts. Throwing away all those skulls. But still pretty close. Although 10 seconds left and less than 100 points between.
Yeah.
And Rats is getting the bomb lines.
Yeah,
now.
Rat's got the bomb line. I had to throw the orb.
Yeah,
I couldn't wait.
you knew you had to do something because the bomb lines are easily going to take Rats over what your score was. It's unfortunate, but what can you do? And you both getting an identical drop. 854, 855 points. And then Dekka getting a 2 rush out of that afterwards, but Rat's getting a better drop in the end. Oh, and Rats takes her entire board, and that's 7 lines. And the evenness is now unflattened out. It's now a 1,300 point lead. Yeah, well, what's the opposite of flattening out? Because it's definitely not done that.
Bumpening.
Especially bumpening. Yeah, especially now with 7 more lines incoming and 2 spires on the left and right side. Dekka is forced to take the electric ghost, even though it feels really bad. Dekka is down 2,200 points, and a little bit of catch-up, but this is a lot to come from behind, especially with this board now. This is just, this is a loss.
Yeah, pick up just...
Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, it was nice to get out of that situation, but you're 2,900 points down. It doesn't really matter. So Rats goes up again. And nice bomb row right at the very start. And both players gonna pull up for it. Not a surprise. I think Rats got 1 more ghost in that than Dekka did, so slightly higher score. But Rats got the drop afterwards much faster, or Dekka got the drop afterwards much faster, and Rats trying to take the same thing, but gets bailed out by a bomb in the right position. Right, Deca throws right into the little line of orange ghosts and gets 6 lines for his troubles. And a 2 rush on top of that. Meanwhile, 6 lines getting thrown right back from Rats. It's trading haymakers. Speaking of haymakers, this looks bad for Deca. Those skulls are not reliable in how well they will let the ball through. Luckily, they let the ball through just fine for Deca, and he gets out, but sends 6 more lines. We're at over 10,000 points in this round combined between the two of them, and uh-oh, this is not looking good for Rats. Yep, the ball comes down, and that's it. Right. Both of our players greeting very heavily with this opening. And both of them, well, no, Rats is looking very risky right now. Deca has already cashed out. Rats with a hot swap to take a 7 line over Deca's 5 for that opening, and then, uh-oh. Spire on the left proving to be Deca's undoing.
Yeah, I just swapped the button way too early.
Oh, everything is held up by this one orange ghost, and both of our players see it. Although Rats and Deca taking slightly different approaches on how they wanted to get it. Deca carving out a bit under it in advance, and Rats was trying to slot it in for a while.
Damn it.
I like how we get the we get the time vortex for you, Deca. Or I guess since we're streaming, I'm probably behind everybody else.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible for you to be ahead of me.
Under normal circumstances when you're spectating, it's
Oh wow.
you get the time vortex. Oh, Rats. That's unfortunate.
I'm just greeting.
Unfortunately, that's too many Milowarios. You have been sentenced to down a game. Or rather, you have lost the game.
Oh, whoops, wrong button.
Deca getting much more of an advantage off that bomb line than Rats did. That blue ghost up there is so tantalizing, but Rats' board was just in no position to get it. Uh-oh. Deca has pulled down and just pulled down all blue. And now Rats is forced to aim between these ghosts without a guide. Does it, but the electric ghost hits everything and no points. All in all, surprisingly even between these two. We're coming down to single ghost hit scoring between the two of them. Oh, and then 4 lines from Rats will turn the tide in one direction.
Oh, I got a bad bounce. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I needed a bounce earlier to do something else, and it just put me in like a.
The bombs did not feel like playing along with what you were trying to do. Rats is aiming straight down the middle because this is like a 3 rush, I think. No, it's a 2 rush, but it's a very, very expensive 2 rush. 2,300 points from the large first drop getting doubled again.
It's definitely a team skill error on my part then.
So Rats gets a pretty huge point advantage, but not so much a damage one, because Rats is getting a whole bunch of skulls and is using them to send even more back. And Deca, unfortunately, with the Spire off to the left, is going to give up the game. And it's this bad pattern again. That's trying to slot the ball in to hit that one little blue ghost, and it just refuses. So we're just gonna hit all the orange ones around it, which works.
I should have swapped that. Oh, that's a waste of points.
Yeah, Rats is just pulling away with this one steadily from slightly better drops and not throwing away the board with a... Oh, that was a really scary bounce that pulled Deca's board down to the bottom. And the ball is going to bounce right back out. And Rats is on match point suddenly. Well, Deca...
Oh, that's the wrong button.
Aw, yeah, getting nothing out of that electric is gonna hurt. Because Rat still has it.
Ugh.
Although Rats looks like she wants to drop it instead. Although bailing on that after the skulls arrive. Well, Deca is definitely trying his hardest. Putting up a 1,000 point advantage. Steadily growing because Rats' attempts at making drops just haven't been working out. Again, we throw to try to make another drop, and the ball is just refusing every single time. It finally slots in, but it's still 1,500 points. Rats is still 1,500 points down. And 20 seconds to go to make this up, and that electric is not helping. Alright. This board I don't think is going to catch up the 1,200 point deficit. Although Deca needs to stay alive. Deca doesn't throw the ball, and therefore we're tied up in this game. Still Rats' match point, however. Alright, Rats getting an early drop, and Deca getting a comparable one, so... Deca now unfortunately has to contend with some skulls, opts for the safe route, which, considering the score difference, is not too high right now, and that electric is very unfortunate for Rats. Just threw away most of her board. And Deca, on the other hand, gets some 4-line drop out of it. Which means they're now even. Although Rats is now at the bottom of the board and is looking to greed, and the skulls don't like it. They refuse to play nice, and it's 2-all. Wondering why I had phantom Ghostlop noises in the background. I had the stream open the entire time on a low volume. Nice 6-line drop from Deca that's gonna open up to an early... Now only an 800 point lead. Yeah, I know phantom ghosts, right? And that's just gonna catch right back up. Unfortunately, these bombs at the top of the screen are not going to be very conducive to getting rid of these skulls nicely.
No, they're not. This sucks.
Yeah, Deca unfortunately having to take this way slower and not getting anywhere near the amount of points he would have wanted, I imagine. And it means Rats is pulled ahead a little bit here. Although a 2-rush at the top of the board there for Deca is going to immediately put him right back in the game. It's 15 seconds left, and our players are... a double dribble at the worst time is going to just hand Deca the game. Now it's Deca's match point. Deca carves out a little hole for the red orb at the top. Rats just throws and saves more ghosts along the way to get out to a very early point lead. Unfortunately, a very early bottom board and a missed drop almost causes chaos. And Rats is sitting for a coffee break. Alright, and we're out of it. 5-line drop will put Rats in the lead a little bit more. Deca slots it in to save most of those ghosts for a drop and get 7 lines out of it. Deca needs that. Getting back in this game. Unfortunately, all the hot swaps there only serve to get rid of most of the ghosts, so... And now Deca's in a perilous situation. Alright. And now Deca is behind a couple hundred points. At the very end of this game, needs to do something to catch up. And also survive. And unfortunately, surviving is going to be the hard part. So now it is last game, last round. Aggressive greeting from at least Deca's side to get a 2-rush 7 lines total. And Rats did not get anything near as nice, so... Buried in skulls, and with a huge point disadvantage of this early. The 5-drop is going to make the point disadvantage a little easier, at least. Although this board... Alright, well, it was all connected. It's all connected to nothing now. It's gone. Ooh, nice use of the electric ghost to get a 5-line drop.
Ooh,
Oh no!
good game.
GG's.
GG's.
Wow.
All right, well, keep on keeping on, buddy. Just move on to loser
Just
semis.
keep on. Just keep doing what you're doing, Deca.
Deca Finals 1.
You know we're having a good day when the streamer is playing the most matches of anyone.
Well, we're definitely getting to see a lot of gameplay. Alright. Hardrox is currently okay. Oh wait, no, I'm against Note. Never mind.
Yeah, you're against Note.
Oh wait, so this is still Loser's Semi.
That was Loser's Quarters. This is Loser's Semis now.
I thought the last one was Loser's Semis. Ugh. The semis to Loser's Semis.
Deca Semis for real this time.
Alright, let's see if I can not bury myself 100 times.
Good luck.
What is this? What is this? What is this?
A bunch of bomb lines. They don't look very cooperative. This electric ghost surrounded by a whole bunch of blues also doesn't look very cooperative. It does virtually nothing for both players.
Oh, what a messed up neutral pattern. This is just so silly. What's going on here?
Some of these neutral patterns can get pretty heinous. Like, the really bad ones you see are from, like, the tail end of the story mode. Note hitting the one orange ghost to disconnect their entire board. Deca
Are you kidding me?
is Deca missing? Yep, Deca is missing the bomb
I
line.
cannot believe that
Unfortunate.
that did not hit the bomb.
Unfortunately, that can happen sometimes, and you just have to look out for that. You have to aim in a very precise way to make sure to guarantee it hits.
Whoop! Oh, I bumped my head.
Yeah, you
Oh,
bumped your
this-
head on the blue ghost that was sitting there,
I did
and
not
Note's gonna
real-
go up a quick game.
Note looking to upgrade from D to C. All the Ghostlop elo, just give it to me.
I mean, I'm still hoping that one day Fightcade will get... Oh, nice hot swap from Note to get a 7-line drop out of that, instead of just letting the blue ghosts... continuing to cut down the blue ghosts for probably 6.
Deca
I'm
was
still
able to
hoping-
get an 8 in reply, but unfortunately not finding any action on the pattern that came afterwards.
Although
So
this
Note's
bomb row
building
for
a small
Deca
lead.
is gonna hand 7 free lines. Oh, I saw what Deca wanted to do there, but the ball did not bounce to dodge the electric ghost. Or, that's Note's on the left.
Mhm.
Got mixed up because Note was on the... or Deca was on the left last game. Or, no, I don't remember.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. Deca has a solid 700 point lead. 800 point lead. Something like that.
It's about 1,000 now.
Meanwhile,
Although,
Note not giving up.
yeah.
And
Note's
with
still
there's
there.
plenty of time on the clock. Like,
Oh yeah, Note and one 5-line drop means Note's pretty well caught up. Oh no, another 5-line drop from Deca is gonna put Note right back down.
ooh,
If Note's going to recover, it's gonna have to be right here while Deca has nuked his entire board with an electric ghost. But there's just this pattern is heinous. There is no way to make a drop out of that
Yeah,
quickly.
there was just no drops. Oh, I just... Well, that was an interesting way to do something incorrectly.
this game is a little chaotic at times, but not in a bad way. Deca finding a lot of action, sitting over the 6 lines or so.
Fortunately, it looks like Deca is finding a lot of bombs right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not in great spots. I'm just gonna drop them all instead. Unfortunate for Note to cut down those lines of ghosts, and then a bomb row shows up immediately after.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And Deca has managed to preserve it for a very large drop, 8 lines. And oh, this looks so bad for Note. All of these bombs everywhere are not going to help the ball go in any consistent direction. And bonking their head. Yeah, Deca's going to tie it up.
I could have definitely taken that better, but...
It's early game. So, didn't look like either of you got too good of a drop off to start, so...
Oh, I didn't expect that to make it into the
How
slot there.
Note managed to get that drop is beyond me. We're tied somehow. I don't know.
Somehow. Yeah, some things have happened this game. I don't know if I agree with them entirely, but they have happened.
That's a good way to put it. man. No white
Uh-oh.
destiny.
And Deca has suddenly been thrown at the bottom of the board. Doing little one-line clears, unfortunately, is not going to help play catch-up to Note's score advantage that he has built up.
Only 300 points, though Deca's
Yeah.
in a weird part of the pattern.
Yeah, you can make a drop out of this. It just probably won't be very large. 3 lines. Unfortunately, it's not enough to catch up to Note's current point advantage. Up.
Oh!
That will, and now Note has to make this. Oh, and misses the hot swap. Unfortunate. I think Note would have won if he'd actually hit that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on this board is connected to this one orange ghost at the top. Note's going to trim the trim the stem, and so is Deca.
Nope, finding a few more points in exchange, though. Oh, this electric ghost is so sad.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Okay, Deca. If Deca hits his bomb, that's pretty great, but
He does, and oh, that was a very bad bounce for Note. The ball hit the blue ghost when he wasn't expecting it.
mm-hmm.
And this pattern is... Oh, okay, somehow got a 2-rush out of that. Got a 2-rush again from another set of bombs. And
Bombs have been pretty friendly tonight. They're usually not your friend. Oh, bad. Okay. Oh my god, Deca. Jeez Louise. I almost lost it for a second. Deca would like to spend some time living, but unfortunately, even if he did, had a 500-point deficit to make up. They kind of need a Hail Mary pass and hits his head instead.
aw, yeah. I got dropped for a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Fun internet things. Drop the ghosts, not my internet, please. Yeah, Deca's gonna hot swap and try to get the blues, but the blues are gonna reject him.
Yeah, this ramp is surprisingly hard to bounce up. They're just not very... They just don't want to do what you tell them, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're ghosts. They don't play by your rules.
Alright, we're neck and neck here. Notes at the bomb wall early, which usually bodes well. I feel like being at the bomb wall second is usually better.
Yeah, Deca getting a chance to save a lot of skulls for this and send 9 lines for it, yeah. Uh-oh. Okay.
We're
Doesn't
okay.
send much. Like,
No,
nobody's
but it
safe,
lets
but
him live, so...
it's like, yeah, Note is safe, but this is going to be quite a bit to catch up. And the pattern now is very bad. To make a drop out of this, Note sure does, but... Unfortunately, so does Deca, and yeah. 1,500 point advantage is just going to seal the deal. Deca is up 2-1.
Yeah, seeing Note get the bomb row first was like a huge boon.
Mhm.
That was basically the difference.
That is the one downside to playing fast. You give your opponent little information like that. Little information like the entire board hinging on this one blue ghost. Oh, that's okay. Well, the ball luckily travels in just the right way to trim the sim to avoid killing Deca.
He's so lucky to have lived, but at what cost?
Yeah,
We're
at what cost? We were in
I
a bad
missed.
spot now, yeah.
I missed. I should
It's
have.
okay, buddy. Like, you were like 1,500 points down. Like, you didn't want to play that game anyway.
Yeah, you would have been playing catch-up the whole game, basically.
That's why sometimes when the game just, says no and kills you, sometimes it's saving you. It's just like,
It's saving you the grief in 90 seconds.
oh, great drop from Deca. Managing to pull ahead.
What was he cooking?
Does he even know? Apparently he does. That's 4 lines.
Okay.
I see the vision. Alright, gonna take it with the oranges instead of the blues. 5 lines.
Yeah, we would love to keep pulling more and more lines, building up this 1,400 point advantage, but no, with this
Note's gonna
great
close
drop.
it up. Very quickly closes it up.
Luckily, we're actually able to play the bombs really, really well. So, Deca still has a lead, but just a slim one. 20 seconds on the clock.
Note tries to use the electric ghost and doesn't get anything out of it, but then gets a 2-rush out of what's left over.
Oh, that
So
killed me.
Actually,
So
uh-oh.
stupid.
Aw, and Note's gonna tie it up 2-2, just like that.
Deca dangerously close to having been able to threaten taking his ball and going home, but unfortunately with that last couple throws, throwing the match, we have a
Yes,
new
the
opportunity.
Threw the wrong thing, unfortunately. Oh, that is a very tasty bomb row up there.
I did.
Note does not see it and cuts the board early. And Deca gets 10 lines out of it.
Oh my
boy.
god.
My own mistake paying off there.
Sometimes it just works out that way.
Oh my god.
So now,
the
now
10 line.
Note's gonna be playing catch up this whole game. Like, you're 2,200 points down, and only 30 seconds have passed. It's not going well. Like, and then Note is having to chip away at this board little by little instead of being able to drop it all at once.
Mhm.
And that's not helping matters. Deca is just pulling further ahead.
This bomb does help.
Yep.
30 seconds on the
Uh-oh.
clock, so Deca actually has to deal with this.
You do have to play the game here, Deca. Unfortunately. Can't take your ball and go home yet. Oh,
Okay.
That works. That's... yeah.
What if we refuse the garbage? Or we're gonna greed a little bit more.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're greeting.
Oh, do it again.
Hit
Oh.
hit another electric ghost. And yeah, that match was basically decided from the very first 10-line drop.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate for Note, because I did not play that round particularly well.
Oh, Deca missing the bomb row, getting it the second time around, but briefly getting jump scared.
Able to turn the skulls into some pretty good pressure for free, I feel like.
Oh no,
Oh!
poor Note.
How unfortunate for her to end like that for Note, but Deca has run loser's bracket all the way up to the
losers
podium.
finals. Relax.
Yeah, chill out, Deca.
Oh god. Okay.
Deca saying, I am good at this game, honest.
I do like this game. I play this game every once in a while. I think I've gotten second in a couple of the brackets. KS does elude me. but still not.
I mean,
Not
there
a
is a reason
slouch.
There is a reason I am a B rank in a lobby with like 10 players.
A lobby with 8 players on tournament night. Yes, these ghosts are my compatriots. These are the people who have fought for
Like
Fumos with me.
I actually have to get frustrated at Fightcade's inactivity elo decay because there's
It's so
not
hard to
enough.
get
I
matches.
don't
Yeah.
have. Even then, it's impossible to get matches with people that are high enough of a ranking for that to matter. Like, you have to challenge people that are like close to your skill level, and there are very few people. And then when they do challenge me, I take their elo and demote them to D rank, so they don't have them anymore.
Brutal.
The struggle at the top.
So what really winds up happening is I just take everybody's elo and it gets discarded into the Fightcade dumpster.
Yay!
What a good change. Thanks, Fightcade.
Ooh. Deca pop in the bomb line, one line too early.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Ardrox.
Ardrox is in a pickle here. Like, this is, yeah. I'm not sure there was a way to get out of that with the skulls all the way at the bottom.
He was just like that for a triple hot swap.
Nice, let's go.
Nice. Deca showing off a little. Getting 5 lines. Although Ardrox gets 6 for the same thing, so...
Game's biased.
No.
This is
The game did not
anti-Italian
enjoy.
bias.
The game did not enjoy your hot swap, actually.
The game said computers only.
Uh-oh, Ardrox has gotten himself into another pickle. Down at the bottom board with spires on both sides. That's just... You can't do that.
Yeah, he's grading in order to clean up this score deficit, but unfortunately, you gotta live.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you do have to live.
Living is rule number 1. Ardrox cuts his entire right side of his board and doesn't really get much for it. Deca, on the other hand, gets an 8-line drop out of the same sequence pieces. And
It's also like a pretty fun one too, where you like walk across the sides or whatever.
Yeah,
I did that one
clipping
earlier.
The bombs there is pretty fun.
2 rush from an electric ghost to send 6 lines. That's pretty impressive from Ardrox's side. Although Deca is going to do the same thing with in a different way.
This game in particular has been very silly.
Oh, the electric ghost hitting all of the skulls and doing nothing else worthwhile. Kinda sad.
Okay, Deco with a 1,500 point lead. Looking pretty comfortable. But we do have kind of an awkward pattern to go through.
Oh, yeah, with the skulls in here, the skulls there are not helping.
Oh,
well,
my
we dropped them
God.
all then.
Beautiful. Funny bounce.
What if the bad pattern actually just became a good one? And now Ardrox is left with the bad pattern and a pretty huge score deficit.
Yeah, Deca is on the verge of being able to go home.
Deca can go home. Doesn't matter. Ardrox's ball is just bouncing and going nowhere near towards the red or towards the oranges he wanted it to go to. Deca clearing out a little bit of this. Tiny little chunk at a time. To get a 9-line drop.
Relax. Just chill.
I think Deca might be hot. From the losers run up.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we got a single bomb.
Ardrox has a huge problem. This is scary. And nope, the skulls did not cooperate enough for that. So, quickly up 2 games. Is Deca going to do it? Is Deca going to run all the way through losers? We'll see. Running back and forth, trying to find a good line. And the bomb says no immediately.
Hate these bombs.
You're just sitting there with your sunglasses. Just chilling out there, wrecking your stuff.
It's nighttime. You don't need them.
But what if we wore them anyway? Look at them sitting there, spinning around in place.
Okay.
Mecha slots the ball in for 4 lines. Yeah, Ardrox hasn't been able to get a whole lot in the way of large drops yet. Pulling down 1 line at a time. I think that was meant to hit the bombs instead of the electric. Uh-oh. And Deca coming in with 8 more lines.
And replies with a bomb line.
Alright, Deca has fully doubled Ardrox's score at this point. Less so now because of these bombs here, but it's still a huge advantage for Deca.
Yeah, once the 10 count shows up, he can literally just walk away. But why walk away? Why not just... Oh, never mind.
Nope. He's taking the ball. He's going home. All right. And just like that, Deca is running the table. It is match point. Slots the ball in for 5 lines. Ardrox got a 2 rush, but it wound up scoring less and dealing less damage.
Deca does find the goofy little cut through the middle, but I feel like it trashes his board a bit.
Yeah, it kind of did. And Ardrox, on the other hand, sends 4 lines while Deca is fiddling about with his board. Although Ardrox needs to make a swap here at a pretty specific timing. Doesn't get it, but bounces lucky enough to save him anyway.
Okay, pressure coming in from Deca.
Thankfully,
Ardrox has easy drop.
Yeah, easy drop with these blues here.
Deca playing responsible in a way that I just simply can't condone. You know, like, what are you even playing this game for?
Unfortunately, the responsible play also means he's down like 700 points. Okay, forget I said anything, more like 300.
Oh! And it's ball.
Oh!
Uh-oh, no, that's... Can't do that. Can't drop the ball there.
A little bit of panicking, no problem.
Yep, Deca getting a slightly better drop off of that opener.
Typical. That's basically how most of the openers have gone in this set.
This is unfortunately not looking as good.
Yeah, like, it really eats into his pressure to be responsible, which is why you shouldn't, but...
Unfortunately, Deca keeps receiving more garbage, and it keeps shoving him further behind in the neutral pattern. And there was a bomb row next up in it.
Do it again.
Do it again for just a couple lines.
We'll see if Deca greeds all the bombs. I'm kind of curious about this one.
Trimming a little bit of extra stuff off the sides. Makes sense. Gets every
Yes,
bomb
that way
on
the
screen
bottom
and then
drops,
throws
right?
it. Yep. Because if you don't clear off the left and right sides of blues, they stick around because the bombs are... Uh-oh! Ardrox misses the ball, and that's it. That's 3-0.
Wow. That's so clean. Deca.
So, congratulations, Deca. You've run all the way through.
He's ran the entire the entire losers bracket every single round.
Oh my god. See,
Relax.
we only play this game once a year, so I had to get my money's worth.
All
Oh
right.
my god. Get
All right,
out of here.
KS, time for me to
Oh,
donate
boy.
you some elo.
We'll see about that. I mean, I might go 3-1 and still lose elo is the thing.
That's
Mhm.
possible. Well, I am the second highest rated player that's active. I don't know how high Masa is.
Masa's actually not on the leaderboard right now because
Yeah,
she's
she's
too
inactive.
inactive. Yeah.
Alrighty, let's get in there.
The 9 players on the leaderboard in bracket tonight.
And I'm gonna deafen myself so I can concentrate. So see you
Sure.
on the other side.
All right.
This is the dark side of streaming, is you can never deafen yourself. You have to hear it all.
I take my headphones off, but I'm not that kind of person.
Oh,
I like hearing
as
the
soon as I was
commentary.
about to say something, it popped up.
Actually, come to think of it, I did take my headphones off at least once. It was worth it. Alrighty. We have this awkward neutral pattern that I don't really like, where like you sort of have to do some homework in order to find some pressure. KS finding a little bit more points, but no more lines. Meanwhile, Deca, he's grading a little bit. He's actually a little bit behind KS in terms of the pattern. But I don't know how he's going to drop this. Oh, he actually gets a bigger drop. That's incredible. Deca low-key on fire. He does accept some garbage here, but I don't think it really matters. He's actually going to force KS to eat some of these skulls. So if you like poke somebody repeatedly as they're greeting, it can force more skulls in their pattern, which is pretty good. It's not like crazy interactive. I don't want to like oversell it or anything. Okay, KS finds a lot of points. And Deca only 400 points behind, so you know, like a single solid drop could turn this game around.
Oh wait.
Deca is trying. Oh. Okay, we're still alive. We have 4 lines on the
Nope.
deck.
Damn.
So no!
I was hoping for it. It didn't pan out.
Chat is saying ominous things. You know, like the bombs can't take the sunglasses off. Streamers can't take the headphones off. They're talking like it's a freaking Saw game out here. And I know it's Halloween, but like...
I messed up. I was trying to get a little too spicy, and it did not pay off.
Yeah, so you may see more... That's one of the weird things about as you get deeper into brackets like this, the kinds of greeds that players have to take on, like the amount of additional risk they have to take on, is so dramatic that like you're just going to see a lot of dead players at random places, either at the very beginning or you know, halfway through the match. It's just normal.
The wrong button sometimes you hit.
Deca is about to die.
Deca is very about to die.
Oh my god. Okay. Bro.
What am I doing?
No way!
Somebody-
No shot he lives!
Somebody phone a home. I think I need to be put in a soft, padded room for my own safety.
Good grief. Okay, I mean, like, let's not overstate it. Like, KS has definitely found 700 more points, but like... Okay. What's the plan here? Oh, you're gonna do like funny bounce off the bomb? Oh, you know it. Oh, we could have had a hot swap of all time off those oranges. Unfortunately, not to be. Deficit slowly closing. We're only about 250 behind. Meanwhile, KS looking to get this big drop off these blues here. It's pretty solid, 7 lines.
No, don't turn around! The skull bounce got me.
Funny bounce. Man, what a comedian, Funny Bounce. When's his stand-up special? Okay.
Okay, it's got a better angle on that drop than I did.
Yeah, Deca, unfortunately, with the multiple bounces, eating up a bunch of the ghosts that he would have preferred to have dropped. KS managing to get all these ghosts on the screen before damage arrived, but unfortunately, it's going to have to gobble them all up in order to survive. Hot swap of all time missed by KS. Instead, we are just trimming the pattern down. Deca with a point lead. Rare. Deca greeting. He would like to save this bomb line, I think. Oh, there's another one coming. I see. That is cool. You know, you're right, Ghostlop. When you're right, you're right. KS finding the greed of all time off of a hot swap, taking the lead in points. Deca needs to hit this orange drop. Oh, taking it as blue instead. 300-point lead. We're neck and neck. KS does have a drop, but it's not a whole lot of points. Oh, the 6-line drop from Deca is so huge. Okay, these bombs could be huge for KS, but I don't think they're 700 points huge.
It was enough! Oh my god!
No way! No
I
way!
can't believe he stole that.
What a robbery. Good grief. This game's such a heartbreaker. You know, you'll just be having a grand old time, and this game, you know, just drops a bunch of ectoplasm right on you. And it's like, what are you going to do about it? Stop playing? Great swap from Deca. A great point lead. Bomb wall. Both of us are popping it. That's actually great because, like, it offsets the damage for Deca, and KS still has a bunch of these skulls on the screen. Okay, Deca would love to get this blue drop without gobbling too much of it up. We have a funny bounce off of an orange, which is not quite what we want. We're not going to greed on these bombs a little bit. Damage rolling in from KS, interrupting the pattern. Rush from Deca. KS has managed to collect a bunch of greed fodder, but has to land this in order to survive, and is still behind all of these skulls. Bomb wall for Deca, which will help offset all of this damage and then send over some more skulls. KS could probably cut through this pattern, drop the skull, send over the 8. 200-point lead. Deca needs to find a drop here, like now, which is rough because if KS finds another drop, it's basically GG's. Okay, we have the electric. 200-point lead for KS. KS now on tournament point. Don't you're gonna say ghost robbed? Ghost rob? How dare you, Note? Okay. Deca carving up into this pattern. So this greed is epic, but also really hard.
Yeah, I couldn't get the hot swap for that one.
Yeah. Like the back-to-back blue, orange, blue. Okay, we do have this bomb to contend with at the top of Deca's pattern. Pulling down an additional line does help. We have an early point lead.
Oh.
Okay, if Deca's able to shoot straight up this alley... Oh, okay. You know what? That's fine. Who was I to doubt? I love how, because Deca has so much stuff on the screen, he actually can't accept lines. Like, really funny stuff. Okay, 3 lines from KS, who has now reset the point deficit and is now 1,400 points ahead, but is now in the bomb checkerboard. And, like, you can get some cool rushes in there, but it can also, like, just shit on your day. So, like that. I fucking hate the bomb checkerboard. It's the worst. It robs you. It ruins your night.
Wow, we got the exact same drop down to the orb.
Wow. The exact score. That's incredible. That's some Puzzle 40 exciting for you. Alrighty. KS finding the 6 drop.
No! I missed the angle. Damn. No! I almost took us a game.
Alrighty.
GG's,
GG's.
Becca.
Games.
You fought hard. You went far. You know,
In the
you
end.
traveled. It didn't even matter. Well, I mean, it mattered. You got
It
second.
mattered. Yeah, I made
mattered,
it all
you
the way to
got
second.
silver.
That counts for something.
You know, you got that silver. So congratulations. You want to tell us all about some upcoming
Alright.
events?
Yeah, let's do a quick rundown of the upcoming events. So, we have Ranma 1/2. I don't know the full name, but it is a rock, paper, scissors matching game where you drop the trump piece over a stack of the next piece down in the triangle to send damage to your opponent. There are apparently buckets of water, which are a mechanic in the anime that transform a number of the characters into the opposite gender. And you can do that to your opponent to nerf their chain damage. So it's very interesting. The literal gender fluid, yes, it is the gender fluid. It was
Hey, I
water all
associate with
along.
this.
All right. And then on November 13th, we have Blockout, which is 3D Tetris where you build floors instead of single lines. Your goal is to kill your opponent by making matches, and you send garbage similar to the Grandmaster 2, where it's like the bottom of your stack when you send damage. It is very, very silly. Oh yeah, everyone else does just turn into random animals. You're right. It's been a long time. I have not watched Ranma 1/2 and I can't even remember. But yeah, Blockout, very funny. There's a lot of chaos because as you build your tower up, you can't see the subsequent floors below it when you cover them up. So you really have to be remembering where your overstacks are if you want to have any chance in the world at getting rid of them. So damage can be quite sticky in this game, but if you put it in the wrong spot, it can rubber band incredibly hard. So it's very, very chaotic Tetris. And then we have Puzzle Arena Toshinden, which is a very fast-paced match 3 style game where you can taunt your opponent. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, you can steal their meter with taunts.
And what exactly does the meter do again?
You can spend meters level 1, 2, and 3 to do different attacks. I think some of them are context dependent. So if you're high up and you spend level 2, it'll recover. But if you're low and you spend level 2, you'll send additional damage over to your opponent. It's very cool.
Right. And then the following Friday, we have Hack Match, which is a very cool uppy downy that is more oriented towards being a chain game like Puyo, where you have to shuffle the pieces around your board with a little guy via a little guy at the bottom.
and build chains to send garbage over to your opponent and top them out. What really puts a kink in your ability to do this, though, is just number of different types of orbs that will appear on your board. There are power orbs that you need multiples of to that when you match them, they will clear all of their corresponding color, but until you have enough to make a match, they are just dead pieces on your board that you have to shuffle around in addition to any damage you're trying to construct and send over to your opponent. So it is a very board management heavy game, and it plays very fast, and it's very intuitive because you kind of just get to piece things around the way you want to. So it's a very fun one. I'm looking forward to playing it again. We had some. I think Lamel came out of nowhere and smoked everybody in that one,
It's
right?
true.
Last time.
And
So-
as soon as we announced the bracket, they immediately dropped the salute emote in the
All right.
announcements channel. Yeah.
It'll be great to have Lamel back. It's always fun when they come out. They don't come out very often because France is like 6 hours ahead of us, and this is not a great time for our European friends. But every once in a while, they'll take a hit for the team and show us some amazing gameplay. So I'm definitely excited for that bracket as well. And with that, shout outs to KS for not only winning the tournament, but also joining me on commentary. Rats as well, thank you for joining me. And
Thank you.
shout outs to Note, who did all of our TO duties tonight.
I think was
Really
Alex
making-
also on PO duties?
Oh, is Alex also here? I heard them
Yeah,
earlier,
Alex
but
was
I don't
here
know if
too.
they stuck around.
Yeah, Alex was helping TOing losers, I think.
Oh, they did. Okay. Yeah. Shout outs to Alex as well, who also helped run our bracket. We can't run these tournaments without our lovely TOs, so they deserve the utmost respect. And with that, I think we're going to call it a night. Thank you all for joining me, and have a happy Halloween, which is why we like to play Ghostlop this time every year. It's thematically appropriate. So unless any of you have any parting words, I think we
No.
call it a night.
I've
Thank
got
you
nothing
so much.
special. Take care, everyone.
All
Happy
right.
Halloween, everybody.
Have a good night. Happy Halloween.